Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 15 of the smobcast. So last week we were doing, uh, I don't even know what we were doing, but this week,
2024 top 10.
2024 top 10.
Right.
I was sick then. I was like drinking cough syrup and stuff, and I still am sick to some extent. But we are going to be talking about things that we want. Like, we're going to be building servants today, basically. That amongst other things, because I'm sure we're not going to be doing that for a whole 3.5 hours. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And also, like, hey, I got a new mic. Thank you so much, everyone in chat for that who donated. Absolute MVPs, and I won't have to. You won't have to look at that stupid little counter on the bottom anymore. But yeah, without further ado, let's start with one.
What I wanted to first talk about is, people really want a quick support, like low star quick support, and everybody's meme is it's gonna be Maxwell's demon. So of course, why not just go with the meme, Maxwell's demon. So he would be a Gouda 3-star caster. I don't know if it's too strong for a 3-star for my design, but my design would be like sort of adjacent to its lore. Now, like before anything, I'm gonna apologize because I'm not a very good like physics guy, right?
Oh.
So my design of him started with his MP, because obviously his MP is like the most significant thing. I'm pretty sure he didn't do other stuff other than his MP in Koha Ace. So essentially, Maxwell Demon is based on this thought experiment where, if you know the second law of thermodynamics, where entropy should increase in a closed up system, this is a thought experiment that goes against it. So like, imagine there are two rooms, one is cold and one is hot, and there's gas particles bouncing around in there.
Yeah.
Right? So
the demon would be like, it only lets the energy go into one side. It doesn't let it. It's not
essentially
possible. You know, now that I think of it, him being a servant is just as logical as Schrodinger's cat being a servant.
I mean, yeah, that could definitely happen. I mean, they said like usually
cat girl.
It shouldn't be able to happen. Schrodinger's cat will be pretty. I feel like the uncertainty nature of the servant would probably be pretty toxic. Maybe they could be the official save scum servant, right? Like
Schrodinger's cat.
Like
question mark.
It just changes your RNG, so you get infinite save scums for some reason. I don't know. This is Minturn bullshit. But yeah. So essentially, I mean, I guess I'll still briefly just describe it. So imagine there's a gate in between the rooms, and then there is a demon, this guy, and he moves a gate with no mass, so he doesn't need to put energy into it, and he consciously only opens the gate whenever like the heated particles are going into the hotter room, and then closes it when the opposite is going to happen. So essentially what he does is he builds up he reduces entropy, and he builds up like imbalance between the two rooms in terms of heat. So if you do violate this law, you can build a perpetual machine, and that's what he does in Koha Ace. So I think the MP should be very powerful, and it should be a sustained MP, and because it's perpetual, it should be a self buff that heals the entire team every turn, charges the entire team's MP maybe by like, I don't know, 20 per turn, heal maybe like 3k per turn, 10 stars per turn, forever. If he's on the field, it lasts forever. If he's gone, it's gone. So that sounds really broken, but in Type Moon Wiki, don't blame me because I didn't read Koha Ace, and it's like a joke comic anyway. So in Type Moon Wiki, the only way to beat him is to resolve the thought experiment, because it's an impossible thought experiment. So what happens is, if you specifically meet the following requirements, you've used an MP and you've used a quick arts buster and extra attack, he dies. So like you solve an equation to kill him. So he's a very powerful servant that lingers on the field forever, and the buff lasts forever, never ends, unless he leaves the field. Or you resolve the thought experiment and he dies.
That's
so I got the idea from like somebody who in my server who's like, I like the idea of maybe like a more complex skill where for example, you have to meet a certain amount of requirements. Like you kind of go through a quest, like a mini quest. Like for example, you use all 3 of your card types. Like this existed as boss gimmicks before, right? Like you can only hurt them after you've used all 3 card types. And somebody suggested, why don't we implement this into a skill? But I think if you're putting this in a skill as a positive, it might be too weak, because you absolutely have to like work very hard towards it to get the reward. And I feel like most people don't think it's worth it. So what if we implement it in the other way, where if you do finally fulfill this requirement, it punishes you heavily. So that is my basis of design for this character. It's probably too complicated, but I don't know.
And I'm not even entirely sure what you're saying. So like, if you do a mighty chain, he dies?
Yes. If any one of you, if you do a mighty chain with anyone on your team that includes an MP, he dies.
That includes an MP.
Yeah. So like you have to have used an MP, a quick buster and arts attack, and an extra attack. And if you've done this, he just dies. And he might even give you a demerit, like a punishment. So for example, if we go with the entropy thing, where
I wouldn't go with the demerit on that. That's already it's really weird.
So like it's like anti mighty chain, right? So if you're smart about it and you never pick, like for example, you build a team where all of your members have like 1 quick card, and you just never select your quick card. This is a infinite buff. This is a forever buff that just lasts forever. It will never end, and it stacks on top of itself. But if you buck up accidentally, he just is gone. I feel like it's a good balance one. Like I've thought of some form of balance. Like first of all, the skills probably aren't going to be very good. It's probably going to be pretty mid. Normal 3-star skills. I feel like a lot of low stars have like one specific gimmick and everything else is kind of whatever. So maybe he should be like that. And then like maybe the first balance one you could do is you can't stack the MP. Maybe it just disables the MP after you use it once, but make the effect a little bit more numbers, but like you can't stack it. Or you make him punish you. Like after he dies, he just like confuses your entire team, for example, like increase chaos, increase entropy, I don't know, whatever, or burn, whatever. So like I think this is obviously a very outlandish design, and I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but I feel like there's potential to like keep him alive forever, and that's sort of like a mini side quest you can go on while doing more mundane boss fights or whatnot that really needs sustain. So I don't know.
Okay, wait. Did you say he was gonna be a quick support?
Yeah.
Oh.
So his skills are gonna have some form of quick support, and because I want him to solve both like a budget quick support and the quick Merlin problem. So he's gonna be like a perpetual healer and MP generator for your team.
If we're going to be long-term supports, I don't really want to give him a gimmick that makes him die if you do something like that. Especially if it's like Mighty Chains. Because Mighty Chains is... That's something that Quick in particular really likes. And if you get punished for playing Quick in a normal way, it's...
But like, I mean, we can set a different criteria for him to die. Like we
Yeah.
can do like if
We
you
could-
use
we could give
two
him-
arts in a chain
We could
or
give
something.
him we could give him some sort of skill that's like very powerful, but like it after a certain point he'll just die off because of it. And something sort of like Mandricardo's skill, except it's supportive.
I guess. I mean, that kind of removes the flavor of like resolving the equation, but I don't know. I mean, it sounded kind of dumb. So like honestly, I don't know.
We don't have to like be 100% on brand for these.
Yeah.
It's just making something creative. That's it's also fun. I don't know though. Like what I feel like Quick needs for like low star stuff. I feel like they need something more just general,
Explosive.
generic.
Yeah, that's fair because they have nothing. It's not like they're only lacking one piece of the puzzle, right? They're lacking like everything. So yeah, I guess it's not a good idea to fill in the Quick. I just thought
Yeah,
you could.
yeah, I getcha. Yeah, Jufu but Quick. That's an idea because like I feel like there's two different directions they can go with a low star Quick support. They can either go for burst, so just like with like Mozart for example, or they could go for someone that has more of an emphasis on looping. But the problem with that though is like you look at low star Quick servants, there aren't really any loopers there. They don't have good card game for the most part. Like they might have decent arts cards, but the day one Quick cards were piss.
I mean, Shufu being arts was a mistake, in my opinion, especially considering how she buffs like Yumeiren, and there's like no synergy because like one is Quick and one is Buster. I think somebody brought this up earlier, like in this one of the episodes, but like it's a very obvious complaint, right? Like imagine if she was Quick, and then you could just use her with Lancer Yumeiren, and that's suddenly one of the best like free to play combos you can put together, right? Like one of the best like like you put them together, they're like a great support plus DPS pair. So I think it was a huge missed opportunity to make her arts. So, but yeah, Losengo Brain, right?
I mean, she still brought a lot to the game, I guess.
Yeah.
She could have done different things, that's for sure, but I don't know, like a lot of the things that a low star Quick support would like, they're in Jufu, but she has an arts buff instead of a Quick buff. Because like she makes a bunch of stars with her NP. She
heals.
Yeah, she heals. She's got the NP gain buff. She's battery.
Even a crit buff. That's funny, right?
Yeah.
Like, even a crit buff. So like honestly, a huge mistake, but yeah.
Abeno Same is gonna make Quick cracked. Yeah, I've been thinking of that, like, or at least I say I've been thinking of that. I thought about it in the past. I haven't really thought much of it here. That doesn't matter. Yeah, Same could be like another Quick caster support. Like after all, he is basically Japanese Merlin, which does suggest the possibility of another Merlin, but with Quick instead of arts or Buster. I really hope they don't do that though, because that's painfully
boring.
unoriginal.
Yeah, it's really boring.
Also, I feel like it might be the weakest of the three options as far as card types goes, just because, like, I don't know, actually. Quick would appreciate it either way.
Yeah.
I feel like Buster Servants get more out of Merlin than Quick Servants.
I guess, because, like, MP and Stars was two things that Quick and MPs make better than Buster. Like, MP per turn and Star per turn, right? Quick kind of can already do that with their own MP. So like, their MP refunds, their MP makes stars. It's like they don't really need it that much. So that is fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I think they should definitely go with another design. It's like Koyan Light, right? Like Koyan Light was dare I say revolutionary design. Like their desire to make Buster Loop is so hard that they came up with this like big brain idea to reduce cooldown so they can use their battery a second time, which is like I think there's definitely people who already thought of that way to like make Buster Loop, but that is not a suggestion I heard very often, like before Koyan Light. Like the suggestion I hear is just make everyone Saber Alter, which is like boring. But
Yeah. Dude,
yeah.
did you remember like right before Summer Scotty's banner came out, there was that one stupid leak that people were throwing around. It was like, oh
Like
yeah, her
stars over 99. Was that
no,
one?
no. It was Summer Scotty's going to be able to change
Oh,
quick
change
MPs
card
into
type.
arts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like this.
stupid.
Yeah, that was like the stupidest shit. Dude.
Yeah,
Like, why
that's
would
very
you
stupid.
ever do that? Why would you, like, why would you? You're
Remove the individuality of servants. Like
yeah,
you
like
just make every servant
yeah.
the same fucking
Here's our
character.
buff for quick. Fuck quick. We're going to remove it from the game if you're using the servant.
Hot take, I feel the same with like omni traits. Like, you know, like I see a lot of like suggestions where it's like George. I used to make that suggestion, but now I understand. I think that's a bad thing. Like if George gave your party anti-dragon,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
I
Like
like that idea a lot.
like that kind of like I know Wu kind of does it, but like she does it on a very light scale, so I guess that's fine. But like I don't like omni traits, you know, like you can just you give a character anti trait and also you give the enemy that trait on the same character, and you just oh this character is just 50% universal P mod. You might as well just make it that, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Just I could imagine them doing something like that with Dragon sometime. Just someone who can apply Dragon with a skill. That'd be crazy esports potential there for some servants like Creamhild, for example.
yeah, I mean I've seen runs with a level 1 George, plus like Draco or Creamhield. Like
I mean,
not
I
that good, but
I don't know. I've seen a lot of runs with level 1 George as well. Uh,
well, it's not a solo. It's like a it's
yeah,
level 1 George
yeah,
with case
case
scope.
scope,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like um it's not as good because it's a P mod. I think both Creamhild and Draco has it on a P mod, right? It's not on the MP itself, or is Creamhild's on the MP? I don't remember. I think hers might be on the MP. Hold on.
I believe okay, so she has anti-chaotic on a
On a
special
skill?
attack on a skill,
Oh,
and then
so okay,
yeah,
so the
it's
dragon.
yeah, it's not overcharge.
Yeah, it's not overcharged.
Yeah, it's
but it's
static.
on the MP.
It's static 50%. The overcharge is the arts resist down.
Yeah, then yeah, that's maybe why I see it more with Creamhild than Draco, the combo, because it's the if it's not a P mod, his skill's better. So yeah. Anyways,
And I'm still on board with the idea of a quick Korean Dark, like the team-wide 30%, and like maybe 30% in P gain as well.
they had a good chance but they missed it.
Yeah.
I think they should have buffed Taikobo. Taikobo had the potential to do that. He was very much like his battery number is formatted very similar to Tez, but more quick centric. So I don't know why they didn't buff him during the event. Like he was a really important character in the event story. He kind of like borderline redeemed himself because he was kind of useless in Tunguska. But like I don't understand why they didn't buff him. But there you go.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? It fell out of my brain. Okay. So if they were to do another quick support, like for farming purposes, I could imagine that they would give them like, yeah, someone mentioned it in chat, a 1-turn NP gain buff, and that would be the official complete retirement of a 2K4. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 2K4.
Yeah, because that's like part of the reason you do that one. You have the 50% NP gain buff, and if you just plug someone in who does the same thing for 1 turn, then yeah, why bother?
I mean, it's already almost like if you're considering plug nowadays with quick in particular, triple Scotty's probably just going to be the best like most of the time, because like assuming you're refunding the same numbers for both waves, like if we remove overkill as an issue, because like triple Scotty's a lot of fucking damage, so so like if assuming you can refund about the same number of both waves. I guess the waves are not always 333. Yeah, never mind. But yeah. Nero Brightburn and 2K4. Well, yeah. I mean, of course, but like, but you gotta plug. You gotta like spend like 3 extra seconds. Some people don't like that.
Madge, I can't believe that. I can't believe that I'm gonna spend 3 extra seconds on the 3 farming nodes I'm gonna do today.
I would say, like, for people, more so it probably is Bond. The issue is Bond, where they want to backline 3 characters that are just kind of useless. But yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the funny thing about 90++. Like the advantage of doing 90++, it's usually just like, okay, you get a little bit more Bond than on the 90+. Because a lot of the time the drops are very similar.
Yeah, but you cut a slot for it, so
you're forced into plug, which means you might not be able to use another servant you want Bond on. So you might be stuck with 2 bronze servants, or bronze servant and mash. So yeah, it doesn't really help that much.
Yeah.
The music's super duper quiet.
Buff for battery, so it gives a 50% team-wide MP gain. I mean, you can keep buffing the MP gain all you want, but like that just makes them arts.
Yeah, honestly, dude, whoever they do this for, they should have a segmented battery. It shouldn't just be another 50% battery. It should be like a 30%
yeah, 50 is
and 20%.
Pretty boring. Yeah,
because like that's something that's huge in Castoria's favor. People don't really talk about it very often, but the fact that her battery is split across 2 skills is huge.
Yeah, and one of them being AoE 30. Like it gives good access to her own MP. It gives a good access if you use multiple DPS units. It's just so like party wide. Like you can almost see her first skill as a 60 battery.
Oh, I was talking about the 2 separate skills being split.
I mean, yeah, I know that as well.
Okay.
That as well for sure. That as well for sure. Like a lot of times where you're looping with quick, you're like, oh, I'm like 30 off, but I have to use a 50, and then next turn I'm like 70 off, but I only have a 50. That sucks, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, that happens a lot. But I mean, Oberon kind of helps with that a little bit, like a tiny little bit, but you are sacrificing your base your MP refund for, you know, not including 3 Scotties. So yeah, that definitely would make quick a lot less awkward to use.
I'm telling you, man, a quick version of Korean Dark, and then you can give her a targetable 20% just to say an extra fuck you to normal Korean Dark.
I don't understand. I mean, she, like, I've been, because like since last week I've been trying to like make a top 5 because I'm lazy, top 5 2024. So I don't know if I want to include Korean Dark anymore. Honestly, I'm sorry. She's such an awkward servant,
but
to recommend.
But here's the thing, dude. Like, if you do recommend her, then people are gonna realize that you actually don't mean all of the shit talking that you do.
I kind of mean a lot of it.
Do you? Because like every time we talk about this and like someone's downplaying her, like
I know
you do admit
that is my problem.
Yeah.
I tried to sort of salvage it with the with the short like Vsauce meme, but like her damage is so bad. Her MP damage is horrible. Like just regardless, just like without anything, it's just fucking bad. Like I don't.
It's whatever.
I don't know. It's like I think you have to consider what people really want. Like compared to what is actually like quote unquote good, because like yeah, she's a good crit DPS, but who gives a shit, right? Like that's a like people are still gonna be like, oh, Super Ryan does more crits, who cares? Or
Yeah,
there you go.
Super Ryan doesn't do AoE damage with NP. Like even if it's less damage, like that still lets you kill more than 2 enemies at a time.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll think about it. But anyways, I guess maybe we should move on to the.
Yeah, so we're.
You want to sum up Aphrodite, or did you think you already summed it up?
Yeah, what do you mean sum up Aphrodite? This is the first time I brought her up today.
True. Yeah. The first 40 minutes didn't happen. There you go.
Yeah. What do you mean first 40 minutes? What? Okay. So I'm not gonna write out all this stuff because it would take too much time. I'm glad I'm smart and I would not do that, because that would make it really boring and make me want to just not do this at all. So my idea is like, first skill is like some sort of natural body skill, because I feel like it's fairly fitting. You could do like a 3-turn debuff immune. You could do NP regen. However, I actually might forgo that NP regen, or maybe just nerf it to only 10%. I do like the idea of it being 20%, but I can settle for that. So, you also want to put another effect on top of it. You could go with HP regen, but for other reasons that might be overkill. But another thing you could do something more team-oriented, because I do feel like she would be a pretty team-oriented servant, like being able to buff her team, but she is also, like, she's objectively a debuffer, because that's what her role is as a ship. Like, she attacks the enemy with like Spiritron shit, like that. And she debuffs them and stuff. She brainwashed Raiko into attacking Kentoki, if I recall correctly. That says anything?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the type of stuff. Okay, so anyways, I say debuffing and stuff. That's not my idea for the first skill. So yeah, you could do like 30% battery for the team or whatever. I think that would be pretty fun. Another skill I want to bring in Galatea's third skill, because Galatea has Aphrodite's Blessing as a third skill. I would do a strengthened variation of it, so instead of just the 2k heal and the debuff cleanse for each turn, I would also put like NP regen on it. And then if we're going to be sticking with it's like there's the Buster card NP charge thing going on. You could also do that with, I'm not sure which card type it would be, because it depends on if she's Buster or Quick or Arts. And I want to say her NP should be Arts, because that's usually magical attacks like that are Arts. But she's also Red, and Red is Buster. And yeah, she's gonna be AoE. So not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what I'd go with on that. It's just whatever card type I feel like is more appropriate. Then the second skill, I say second skill because natural body is usually on first skill, and then Galatea's third skill is her third skill, so I want to say second skill. So I think that we should take part of that from the battle that she has, which is the, I believe it's charm resist, or no, it's mental debuff resist down. It's also buff removal chance down, which might be kind of scary because that's gonna have to introduce a whole new dynamic to boss fights. Because you're not supposed to be able to prevent them from debuff removing. Okay, I said it wrong. It's debuff removal chance, not buff removal chance. But you could do those, and then you could also throw another generic effect on it, like...
Was there not an effect like that?
No servants had it yet.
No, like a boss. The icon had like a...
Yeah, that was the first...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time we saw it.
Yeah, sorry.
So we could do an effect like that, and you could just toss on like whatever battery. You can just make her like really battery focused if you want to. Yeah, there's things you could do. So you do that, and depending on, once again, we gotta like look at the card type that she's going with. I'm gonna say just Buster NP. Buster NP, so she's getting charge from the Buster cards, like on the third skill. And you can also go with stars per turn on something, because they love stars per turn on Buster servants. Stars per turn or Star Bomb. And then the NP, I don't really like the NP from the boss fight, because the boss fight is it has a chance of instant deathing you if you have mental debuff resist down, which is weird. It's just a very lackluster effect for a 5-star. So what I'd love is you can make it so it like BNP charms. You could make it a lower chance just to necessitate her second skill being used first, which I'm fine with that idea, because but you can also make it sort of like, what's her name, Spider Girl, Kashin Koji. Yeah, Kashin Koji, because she has the bind, and then she also deals bonus damage off of that, and that way, if you use that skill before the NP, you get extra damage on the NP. I also like the idea of some sort of ramp up effect, so you could do some sort of like defense down, or you could do a crit buff, something like that. I like the idea of a crit buff. So she'd be like Summer Abbey. Maybe not quite like Summer Abbey, because Summer Abbey doesn't charm on her NP. She just does a bunch of like debuffing and then buff removal. And buff removal, actually, like, I mean, if we're gonna be sitting here and like shopping around for a bunch of different effects we want to put on our cocktail servant, then we could go with buff removal on the second skill. I feel like it'd be a really strong skill as is.
I mean, I thought of something very wild and might be really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But you've already heard Maxwell Demon, so you know what's coming. So, like...
Do I?
Brainwashing is a slow process. It's not like, oh, immediately freeze, I don't get to move. So, what I think is she should have a passive. So, like, if you think she's a debuffer, I think maybe she could work well with other debuffers, like Shuten. So... I don't know if it should be a passive, it should be a special buff effect that she has on herself, or like a debuff that she casts on the enemy, but like every 3 debuffs or 5 debuffs, depending on your balance, any debuff cast on the enemy causes 1 turn of charm.
Oh jeez.
So if you build your team around spamming like a shit ton of debuffs on the enemy, they just die. I mean, you can make it like you can make it less broken, right? Like obviously you can make it like 6 debuffs, right? Then suddenly it becomes bad, which means balance, right? But like maybe like if you build a character like because I feel like maybe the issue is a charm, like a charm is too strong. So like the way they used to nerf it is they make it not guaranteed, which I don't like the idea. Like Kashin Koji, where like the
Yeah,
bind is tied to this extra. I don't like the RNG. What if you made like half a charm? Like why I thought of that was like what if you had like a half a charm, right? Like and you build up towards like a true charm.
so I
Yeah.
realized something. So like talking about like, oh yeah, she charms. She has a way of guaranteeing the charm with her second skill, and she does bonus damage to charmed enemies. Well, she's
Summer
also an
combo, bro.
AoE assassin, so like we'd be like Kashin Koji already has a thing that she's okay at. Like,
Yeah.
is it fair to add a servant that does it better, that competes in that same niche?
It happens all the time. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
like,
You already didn't make her quick. You already gave Kashin Koji a lot of face by not making her quick. Like
yeah, but then
honestly.
we also have Huyanjuo, who has the AoE stun on us
Yeah,
on the
and
MP.
that's a bad design. What they should do is just you either make the charm guaranteed but not as accessible, or make it half a charm that she builds up into, right? So like I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's fine to. I don't think she's gonna like because the strong part about Hu Yanzhuo is not her stun, right? Like her everything else is decent, like right, like the buff from res, the evade, the invo pierce, the crit boost on face guard, like anti evil MP. Like if you remove the stun on her MP, she'd still be good. So like I think definitely a bigger issue is Kashin Koji because that's kind of her whole thing. But
Yeah.
I think it's fine. This is okay.
Okay. Here's an
Anyway,
idea.
sorry.
What if, as a passive, she gets charm chance up of like 20%, and she could maybe make it for the whole team just for fun.
I
And
like
then-
that.
And then also she has a passive that's like 30 or 50% anti-charmed enemy, and then you don't have that on the NP. And
That
means,
is definitely interesting.
yeah, that means you have more
Team utility.
flexibility, and you can justify throwing another effect on there or something.
Yeah, I think that is definitely, at least to me, it's a better design than someone like Kashin Koji, because like I don't want something to be all or nothing. I want something to be like, maybe you can crank this like this, you can adjust this like like a volume knob. You can like this
Crank?
micro adjust it.
Like cranking.
God, I'm gonna throw up. The moment every time I look at cranking, like I look at a Buster looping machine, I see cranking, I throw it. Okay, I'm joking. So, anyways, but yeah, I definitely like that idea more than all or nothing, because I don't like when a servant, like especially for Kashin Koji, maybe because I'm a solo guy, I like to solo with shit. So like her design is very annoying because like her potential of solo is really strong, but like what if you just miss and you just lose, and like you have to like pray for the 40% to land, and it ties so heavily into her damage as well. So like if she doesn't land it, her damage is gone, her like team control, crowd control is gone, her everything is gone if she just doesn't land that 40%. And I don't like that. It's like betting like half of her kit on a coin flip that's worse than a coin flip. So like I don't know, I personally don't like it. But
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. But if we change it up so that's on a passive, then all I have is the crit buff and the charm debuff on the NP. So, as per the rules of recent times, you have to have like at least 3 effects on there. So we can throw another effect on there. We could do like offensive buff removal. I like that idea.
Yeah, I think we need more. I feel like that's a pretty rare effect. That is one of the things Cohen Dark has, so
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, and
I
I like that about her NP a lot.
who else has that? Muramasa?
Yeah, Muramasa does. Lakshmi
Yeah.
Bai has it.
Oh, Lakshmi Bai.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
true.
man, her NP is like really, really good. It's just really it's used for damage, and then it's not good for damage.
I
But
mean,
like
even
crit,
for looping, it kind of can at this point. So like, I don't know why people think she's bad. I still see people think she's bad when she's like a good solo unit. She's a good support. She even loops. Like, where's the complaint here, right? I kind of don't understand.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just people make opinions early on, or take opinions really early on, and they
They
don't know
should
how to
really,
change them.
you should really read her buffs. Like there, I don't. It's also an interesting thing about the community where like there are servants who get like buffs and then they immediately get recognized. Like people are like, oh my god, it's so insane. I remember like not even a modern example. I remember back in the day, one of the examples was Beowulf. People were like, Beowulf is holy crap. Beowulf post MP buff. Oh, right. But like, is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Is he? Is he though? Right? Like, is he that much better than like a free Lubu? I don't fucking know. Anyways, sidetrack. Sorry, but
You're good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, so offensive buff removal. We got charm. I don't know. Like AoE charm is just a really strong effect. I'm thinking of like 60% chance to apply if we're gonna give her a debuff resist down, then I'm thinking
That's
like
scary.
50% for that.
Honestly, she might be. So, like, from
Yeah.
the looks of this, unless you make her refund like really dog shit, she might be. Wait, are you making her arts or still, or are you changing it?
Not Buster.
Okay, I mean, still, regardless, like, if you make her like cards very good, she might be one of the best like solo servants in the game. Because
Yeah.
it's just comma but AOE. It's just comma, like they just don't, they can't move. Like the entire enemy just can't move.
Yeah, and considering how she has so much battery, because she has regen
Yeah.
on 2 skills, and then she has a 50%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem with spammable AOE stun charm, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just too good if it works. Like even something as innocent as Van Gogh, because like Van Gogh, like they thought that it wasn't gonna be that good if it was terror. Like it's delayed, it's chance. How good could it be? It's very good, right? So like even something as shitty as a terror, I would genuinely call that a shitty effect. When you put that on a loopable MP, it just becomes broken. So yeah, it's very difficult to design charm servants. I wonder if that's why. Actually, no, they just made Koch and Koji, but like, I wonder that's why they haven't made Aphrodite yet. I feel like charm is a very dangerous mechanic to work with, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they might want to just stick with that one skill that does the charm thing. I feel like that one. I mean, charm on only a skill, I feel like that's kind of lame, and just the fact that we're talking about the goddess of love here. Like,
what if?
How would she only have one charm?
What if her MP extends charm?
Extends charm.
Like if they already had a charm on, I just hit them with the MP, they get charmed for another turn. That's probably. That's probably.
She'd have to have it on like a skill then.
Yeah, she'd have to charm on a skill, and then the MP extends it. It could still be pretty dangerous, because like honestly, it achieves the same. It achieves the same thing. It's still technically an AOE charm. It just has a prerequisite where they have to already be charmed. So I don't know. Yeah, charm is a very very difficult character to mechanic to design, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Something I will note though, I actually might want to throw some sort of like attack buff on the NP, because I just realized she has no offensive buffs whatsoever.
I mean, that's fine if you're making her like
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
a
it's
crowd
kind of
control machine instead of a DPS.
Yeah.
Depends. Yeah. I mean, I thought your idea was more like a sub DPS or like a slow like for example, characters like Kiara. Kiara doesn't have any self steroids. Like I really don't want to count that defense down, dude. Right? Like Kiara essentially has 0 self steroids, and her damage does like it does show like her damage is bad like after MP upgrade, but like she does her own thing where she just doesn't die, kind of. So like I don't know.
Actually, she does have offenses. So yeah, she has the anti-charm from the passive, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, that's like
fives.
That's like extra 50% damage every time she's NPing. So like, that's a good bit of damage. But
like honestly, I like my personal view is when we design like challenge quest centric servants, I don't think we have to worry about them being too broken. Because like honestly, if you think about it, characters like Summer Bob is pretty broken, right? Like if you're talking about like just shutting down the entire like enemy, like they kind of can't do shit to you. Like especially with the Edison one, like they after you ramped up for like 2 turns, they just stop. They lose their ability to do shit to you, right? So like, I'm more for like I'm all for a more broken challenge quest DPSs, right? Honestly, like especially with Castoria already existing in the game, who gives a shit? But I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think we've talked about her enough. So send me a picture of the next one. Your next one.
Well, I mean, I only had 2 in mind, but I'll come up with more. Of course, we got the favorite. We totally we're gonna get this Christmas.
The inferior redhead we're talking about here.
The inferior redhead.
The inferior
that does not
ginger.
have a podcast named after her. Lame.
I wasn't even talking about that redhead, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. Typhon Ephemeros.
I don't know as much about her, so I can't really put much input in.
I want her to stay a pretender because of my personal reasons, because of my extra class 2 class score. So I really want her to stay a pretender. But honestly, I don't know how to design her too interesting, because like even in lore, right? Like in Greek lore, Typhon was kind of a doomsday device instead of an actual character. Like he doesn't have a character. He's built to kill Zeus, and he didn't. So that's literally it. But he's like terrorizing the entire Olympic mountain. So like I think she should have a giant dragon form. And also her, like, this is my base, like when I first thought of her, what she should be. Her hatred towards Divine should extend to your own team. So what I want her to be is an idea I've wanted since the Achilles challenge quest in Neurofest, where she forces a duel. So she can force a duel by using a skill, and it kills her teammate who's divine, and she absorbs their max HP, and for the next 3 turns she's taunted and only her cards exist, but her teammates can still use skills. And that is the first idea I have for this character, like the baseline idea, because she's a giant dragon. I wanted to tie it to her MP because like but like I guess the because like the transformation sequence would sacrifice servants if we do go with this insane design, and I don't think it was a thing, right? Like can you kill your own teammates with a skill? I don't think that happens during that animation phase. That might be some coding errors. Like so maybe I think I don't know if I should tie it to her MP. Could be a little bit dangerous if she can loop it. But my intention was very specific. Like people are gonna hate why I designed her this way because Koyan Light is divine. So my intention was just a Buster DPS, and I throw Koyan Light's buffs on her, and then she kills both or eats both of their HPs. Especially my 120 Koyan Light. She's gonna eat all that HP, and then become a dual servant that can still receive buffs from the two following up servants, and then just kill shit. And she's also taunted for like 3 turns. If she keeps MPing, she keeps being taunted, and she keeps killing divine teammates. You can build a team where where everyone else is divine, so she kills all of them eventually, and she becomes this giant monster that you just can't beat. But like the effect only lasts 3 turns, so if somehow you don't use her MP in 3 turns, she turns back into a fruit and you just lose.
Bro.
I mean, not lose, but like she just loses a lot. She just loses all of her buffs. Like the moment she shrinks back into her like red hair form, she just like buff purges herself. She just like she doesn't die, but she just like shrinks down. You know, like Dynamax Pokemon. Like after 3 turns, they just like shrink down and just lose all their buffs. Yeah. So yeah. So that was my like general idea for this character, and obviously they're not gonna do that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna make her a generic AoE character that has anti-divine. That's it. Like that. It's very obvious what they're gonna do with this character, right? But I really want her to be like this giant, unstoppable monster. Because like Typhon, in my opinion, in like Greek mythology, embodies an unstoppable force of nature. Like you just can't like. I think in FGO as well, like isn't Zeus scared of this thing? Like Zeus is so scared of this thing, this like mechanical dragon that can literally destroy the entirety of Mount Olympus. So this is the first idea, where it's like giant monster Typhon. The second idea is more tame. It's more towards her like anti-wish machine sort of aesthetic or lore, because Typhon Ephemeros was, I don't remember the exact lore for the event. I'm pretty sure that entire thing was bullshit, by the way. Like that entire thing was made up by FGO. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember Typhon eating a fucking fruit and then like getting his wish reversed. Like did that actually happen in Greek? I don't think that happened in Greek mythology, dude.
I don't remember anything about Typhon.
Yeah, because he's barely a character. He was just like back in the day, they wanted to punish Zeus, so they made this giant monster, and the monster is just so monstrous that it's scary, and Zeus casted her to the bottom of Mount Etna and then locked her there, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how to design an anti-wish machine though, because like, what is a wish in gameplay terms? Is it an MP? Do you think?
It's Mew has wish upon a star or whatever the fuck. Hers is a wish.
So like, what is a wish in FGO terms?
It's a
like,
multi. I'm sorry.
It's a every time she MPs, you pull a mineral.
That's a Genshin joke
shit.
there.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about Genshin. Buff success up. Well, there should be buff success down on the enemies. So, because like she's the fruit.
We got Liz synergy. Then you can actually get a normal amount of buff success down.
contrary superior, where whenever she gets debuffed, she gets buffed. That's a cool idea. I actually like that. But like,
she's
it's too
pretending
hard
to be debuffed.
it's too hard to trigger on your side though. Unless that's such a stupid idea. Okay, so if her MP is like Ilya's MP, that has a huge, it's not huge, but like if you make it like a huge, a very powerful MP but with a heavy demerit. But when you use it, when she has the reverse Wishmaker skill activated, that negative becomes it gets flipped. Like whenever she gets attack debuffed by 20%, she gains 20% attack up instead. Whenever she gets 20% defense down, she gets 20% defense up instead. Whenever she gets stunned, I don't think they'll code that. If she gets stunned, she gets stunned. They'll live with that. Like, cry about it, right? Like, but I think like basic stat changes can flip. I don't think you can make it a passive because that would make like, if you make it a passive, I don't think you can make any of her skills debuffs. Because like when you design a skill with a debuff, that means the reward is huge, so you have to like balance out with a debuff. But like if her passive is literally just remove that, like turn that debuff into a buff, then you might as well just design it as a buff. I think it has to be on an active skill. So
Gotcha.
So if you use it as an active skill and then like give her MP her MP might be like a giant buster nuke, but it like if you Pokemon again. So like there are moves in Pokemon where like Draco Meteor, where it's a very powerful move, but like use it once, it heavily drops your attack. You can design her MP like that. Like after she uses her MP once, it drops her attack by like 50% for 3 turns. But then she has an anti-Wish Machine active skill that lasts for 3 turns. So whenever that effect is in play, it becomes a 50% attack boost. So it becomes a 50% ramp up, and then she becomes the best loop farmer. So yeah, I'm seeing the problem now. But you know, I don't know. That's definitely the issue. Definitely is this game being so focused on your performance within 3 turns, right? So like, if her whole gimmick is she's really powerful in 3 turns, but after 3 turns, her MP becomes, gives her a huge demerit, might not be that insane. I think most people won't care, because for 3 turns, that's all you need. All you need is 3 turns, baby. All you need is 3 turns, and it's over. The fight is over. So I don't know. I think that's a cool idea. I think maybe balance it a bit. Like make her MP probably just give 20% attack down for like 3 turns. I think that's a pretty big demerit, right? If it's a 3 turn, it's like a ramp down. 20% attack ramp down is huge. Like if you get to the 3rd turn, she deals less than half per MP. That actually kind of sucks. And then you make the anti-Wish Machine passive like a 3 turn effect, 6 turn cooldown, or even 5 turn cooldown if it's just one effect. I prefer if it was a 5 turn cooldown. It doesn't have a lot of extra effects tagged onto it, but yeah. So that's my 2 ideas. The first one's not gonna happen because she kills Divine on her own side. But the second idea I can actually see happening, where like the anti-Wish mechanic, where like debuffs becomes buffs. I don't know if buffs should become debuffs though. That's pretty shit though. If buffs becomes debuffs, isn't that pretty crap?
Yeah,
that's pretty shit. Like if you just bring like you bring like I think it should be one-sided. It should just be debuffs become buffs, just because of game balance. Because otherwise it's so bad. It's like you use double Koyan Light and then you forgot to use that skill and she has 100% buster down. Congrats. Typhon the fruit. Oh, it actually happened. Just given the fruit by I don't know these characters. Damn, really? Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess FGO's not because I don't remember. I guess Typhon's story was not very memorable in Greek mythology. It was just like we all kind of knew this destruction monster existed. She banged Echidna, which is pretty funny.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It's. I know there's some people out there, but.
A father of all beasts, mother of all beasts. You know, Koyan Dark got that Echidna in her, kinda, in her
She
beast
got that
design.
dog in her.
So maybe they can have this like lesbian. Okay.
What the fuck are, bro?
Maybe it can have this
Like I've been
healthy
half paying
lesbian.
attention here.
No, look,
like-
I mean healthy lesbian relationship. I didn't say lesbian sex. Oh fuck! Now I said it, but like, I look. they could be the first
Flushy.
like
Flushy.
LGBTQ. Okay.
Stop.
Okay. But anyways, so like Typhon, this Christmas for sure. Yay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Like yeah, once again, I like the contrary idea. And her MP giving her like a slight debuff. Maybe even throw in another skill that gives her like a debuff to merit that she can turn into a buff. Maybe a defensive one. Maybe like there are a lot of skills that are like, you know, attack up but like reduce own defense, right? Then like she can take advantage of that as well. So I hope she's designed that way because that's a cool like lore aspect that can potentially translate into a cool game mechanic we haven't seen before. Might be coding issue though, because like you're swapping one type of buff to another. Might be complicated for Lisango, I don't know. But yeah, that's Typhon. There you go.
All right. I think I think it's the cough syrup because I'm really relaxed here and I was having a hard time paying attention to what you were saying. Sorry.
I mean, it was messy. Like the
Yeah.
rundown is just, you know, debuffs become buffs.
Yeah, buffs. Yeah, debuffs, buffs. Gotcha.
Yeah, debuffs
Alright.
become buffs. She has a couple of negative effects on her MP and skill.
Okay. Well, I have one more.
Ooh.
I'm sure I could figure out more than one more, but the one I have here, I know there's gonna be some really mixed reactions in chat, but some people might call it. So guys, hear me out.
Oh no, yeah, I knew it. I like this year as a servant.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
I like her design. Like it, I know people people might not like it that much because it's generic, but like we don't have much of this archetype, so like
I think people don't want it not because it's generic. It's because they
yeah,
don't
it's
like her.
because they hate her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I don't get it
well,
though.
I'm
There
saying
are
that
more worse
because
people.
I'm saying that though because like she's design wise in a very similar boat to Britomart. Because they're
She's a more interesting design. I would have taken her over Britomart, dude. I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry, guys. I would have taken her over Britomart. I don't even hate Britomart. I just think this is cooler. And I also like evil characters.
yeah.
I don't know why people hate her in particular. I think there's a lot of horrible people in FGO. Just like
Yeah. Instead, they all like that the weird, the small strange girl Melusine. I gotta watch my words here because I know some people will get really pissed at me if I go
What,
too
the
ham
lolly?
on the yeah
The
if I
lolly?
go too
The
ham
minor?
on the insults.
the miner,
The
gremlin. Okay,
I almost said hunk of flesh because that sounds
that's what
weird,
she is though.
Yeah, she literally is that.
She's like the right hand of Exodia. Like, what do you
I know,
mean?
but like hunk of flesh sounds weird, dude.
She's not just a hunk of flesh. She's a hunk of rotten flesh, bro.
Gotcha.
like,
gremlin.
you know?
Yeah, gremlin.
You know,
Like
rotten.
creature,
If rotten flesh can loop, people are still gonna like her.
Yeah.
FGO in a nutshell. If a lump of flesh can loop with Black Grail, that's a good lump of flesh.
literal blob. But yeah, we're not talking about a lump of flesh. We're talking about this awesome character that has 4 fingers on her right hand. What the fuck? I did not notice this. What?
Oh no.
Okay, I mean, her left hand's normal, but I can see
That makes
where it
it
would be.
worse. That makes it worse, doesn't it? Because like if her species just has 4 fingers, I guess that's understandable.
No, they have 9 fingers, 'cause she's got
Oh my
got
God.
5 on the other hand.
What the hell?
Why are we describing Melusine as if she was a ditto? I mean, she came out of slime, so... Okay, she was
What
found in a
happened,
puddle.
dude? Well,
Um,
this thing built her. Y'all better be
Yeah.
grateful.
yeah. Yeah. So, I think it makes sense for her to go in a really supportive direction, like non-damaging NP, because like she spoke to all of the fairies and said, "Go kill that bitch." So I feel like there's a lot of different ways we can go with that. We just have to decide which one to go with, because it's just like, okay, we're going supporty. So I'd say it's very much not really focus on self, not try to buff own damage. So like I'm not thinking because like you could do something like you could have an NP. I'm sorry, I'm rocking back and forth, so my voice might be fluctuating. You could go something like offensive support with her, but I'm not sure if I want the offensive support to apply to herself.
I mean, Crane has that precedent of not doing that, right? So
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I could imagine the NP being something along the lines of like team attack buff, maybe team crit buff. Maybe not for herself, because she's not a fighter. I don't know about a lover. She's not a fighter though. It could also go with stars per turn. You know, just generic shit there. I like the idea of her having a large battery for herself to help with getting that NP, and then also being able to support someone else with like, I don't know, you don't have to go for a 50%, you can go for a 30%. I like the idea of her giving alignment based buffs. I feel like that might be a bit fitting. I don't know, I'm not super well acquainted with the with her story.
I mean, you mean in Lost World 6 specifically?
Yeah, that's what I meant. And so there has to be like a basis to start at, and I don't have a lot of one, unfortunately.
I mean, she doesn't have much. Like, if you want a rundown, she just, like you said, she just.
It's not like she has combat abilities. Like,
yeah, she's trying to be pretty. Like her whole thing is just, I'm the prettiest thing. I'm the prettiest little butterfly, literally, right? So like that's kind of just her whole character. There you go. I don't know how that translates to gameplay, but
yeah. So yeah,
sorry.
Support. I don't know what support, what you would. Okay, because like we could go in a card, like a specific card direction, but like we want like a type of support to at least hone in on.
Faye.
Yeah.
And do Faye again.
Well, I'm
like,
thinking
honestly,
like, are we gonna do like NP focus, crit focus? Are we doing quick arts or Buster?
I think.
I feel like Buster Arts might make sense, just because Melusine is Buster and/or Arts.
True. Yeah, she should have better synergy with Melusine, definitely.
Yeah, could do like 30% Arts / Buster for the team. I definitely say crit buffs, because you know that's one of those things that Melusine lacks. And you know, it would just be really funny if they made her like perfectly synergize with Melusine to a point where even if you hate her as a Melusine fan, you would really want to roll her anyways, just because she fits with her.
Oh,
Like she's such a
please.
huge performance.
Please, that has to be the case. Also, like, I don't actually think Melusine hates her. Like, even to this day.
Yeah.
Like her Bonsai is called Aurora, and like she has. Do you know she has her crown on her thigh?
Yeah, the plane in the background of her
Yeah,
Summer Ascension.
it's called Aurora. Yeah, and she has Aurora's like flower crown on her thighs in her summer form. She wears it on her thighs for some reason. It's really weird. It's like wearing your dead adoptive mother's jewelry.
I mean, like
on your thighs.
I mean, who else is gonna wear it? She's dead.
Yeah, it's a crown. She's yeah. Melusine always managed to get weird with it, but there you go.
If they want to double down on like being, like having that niche edge of support there, they can make it so she gives some sort of art-centric buffs to earlier ascensions, but if Melusine is already transformed, she gets Buster-related buffs.
That would be really cool. Maybe like, I mean, it could just be target dependent. Like, it doesn't have to be that specifically to Melusine. It could be like, if the target's MP type is arts, just give it an arts buff, so it gives her better flexibility. And also she wouldn't have to sacrifice, because like what usually happens is they nerf the numbers for like dual type buffs that buff both card types. So if you make her like, for example, only buff the type of the MP of her target, that could be a hard thing to code once again. But I don't know. That could be a cool idea, like you said.
Okay, another cool idea. Targetable taunt.
On the enemy? Yeah, definitely.
Well,
if it's
or on the team.
True.
Like she could just pick one of them to take a lot of focus, because I feel like that might fit in line with her.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would be like. I'm not sure how it would apply. Like, are you going to do? Oh yeah, you know what? You could do like you could put it on a team buff skill, and then like the only targetable thing is that, which makes her more useful.
She can't taunt herself.
She can't taunt herself. That would make sense.
Because she's a narcissist, she shouldn't be able to taunt herself.
Yeah. Yeah, she could taunt one of the other two servants, and she gets like stars per turn. In like team 50% crit or whatever.
Yeah, she had poison. I mean, she only used poison once, no? She only killed Naknaria with poison. And it's not even she did it. She was like behind it. I wouldn't say she did it. Right? Like, I don't know.
She's the woman behind the slaughter.
Uther? Well,
Uther.
Was Uther her doing? I don't remember. Was Uther also her? Damn, I'm sorry. I play Hearthstone, so I'm like, oh my god, Uther is a fucking paladin.
Bro, Uther it's a very strange sounding name.
Uther the Lightbringer. Yeah, anyway. Oh, you think? Oh, so Uther was also her. Damn. Oh, maybe you could give her some poison thing then. Poison wine.
Yeah, she could like poison someone. I don't know. I feel like that's too on the nose.
It could be, yeah. It's probably like, even if we do give her poison, it's probably gonna be like a bonus, like a bit of a tag on bonus effect, right? And that could still work. I don't know.
There's a lot of things you could do there. So target that taunt on someone else. I'm not sure about have it target both of them, like with Odysseus or as Crane, but I do like the idea of 3-turn taunt. Apply that to someone else, because like from an esports perspective, I know that's very desirable, but also from a general support perspective, that opens up a bunch of options where you can taunt your DPS, and maybe they're they're more survival based of a servant.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, for esports, usually like taunt themselves because they're like you usually want the supports dead. But I think it's an interesting flavor if she wasn't able to taunt herself because yeah, she's a narcissist. I mean, she's probably the most narcissist. Debatable. It's either her or Kiara.
it could be. She could have one skill that's targeted taunt and another one that's like targeted invuln or defense or something like that. That way, if you want to double down on protecting that one servant, you can focus that on them. But if you want them to die instead, you could
Just don't use
yeah.
the. Yeah, that I like that. I like these like 2-stage effects where like you can. That makes it so you can decide what you want to do with it. So you can either do it like as you said, like as a wall to like protect your team from a single target MP, or you could just kill them. So yeah, I definitely agree on that.
So, okay, what types of things would Melusine like the most? Because I know, like crit buffs is like a really easy answer to that. And I don't think I want to make it so she can shift her back to first ascension. I feel like that'd be.
What would Melusine like? It's kind of a hard question for a character that kind of has everything already. So like,
She
I
just
guess
needs a friend.
I don't think she needs anything. It's like she needs Koyan light. There you go. Like I mean,
Melusine trait.
I would think. I do think the most lacking part of her is her arts form. Like if you want to keep her in a single target, she kind of just like yeah, her skills are pretty good, so they can kind of sub for 2. Like it's kind of a 2-in-1 skill. She kind of has some form of like 2-in-1 skill, but like I do still think it's kind of annoying that she doesn't have a 3rd skill in arts form. So maybe I don't know how to fix that though. Like how do you fix it?
What about buff duration increase? Like,
Oh, that's dangerous. Is it just for Melusine? Is it like a
I mean, if it's
Kuro
just,
thing just for Melusine?
I feel like that wouldn't be too crazy for Melusine. Like, if it's on a skill, if you're just increasing it by 1 turn, like, I mean, like, okay, you're increasing the duration of invuln. Aside from that, well, I mean, you got HP, and attack, and maybe the buster as well. But that's, I don't feel like Melusine would get a huge amount of an uptime increase, because a lot of the time people focus on her performance within a few turns, and that 4th turn isn't a consideration normally anyways.
Yeah. I mean, this is a hard one.
I like the idea of her giving a little bit more to Melusine, not because
Yeah, it's lore. I mean,
yeah, lore.
so, yeah, lore.
So could do like honestly, you could. So yeah, 30% buster / arts for the team. A skill that taunts one servant other than herself, and it's got stars per turn and a crit buff on it. And then you can also go with some sort of something. Like you can do attack and NP damage, or just maybe an absorb. I feel like might be overkill. You could do a star bomb. Plant that on one servant, and if it's on that, and if that servant is Melusine, then you get +1 turn of buff durations.
I like that. It's subtle and it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's very simple stuff. Oh yeah, and you can also do like 1 or 2 hits of evade, I guess, on that targeted skill, just in case you want to do both of those at the same time. And then that leaves the NP, which, yeah, as prior stated, something hard offensive. Since she has the option of taunting someone else, it might make sense for her to have something that can help the team stay alive longer. So something like regen related.
Mm-hmm. Do you think she should have a debuff? Because like somebody brought up the meme, who's Coral? If you know, you know. So in the story, yeah, who's Coral? So maybe she can have some kind of deep, like minimize effect to the enemy. I don't know.
Oh, shit, that reminds me. I gotta pull it up. I posted it on my YouTube channel. It's actually super related now that you're saying that.
Oh,
Made a
on your YouTube channel.
Edit of a meme. I put it under my community tab. So let's see.
Who's Coral? Yep.
Yeah, someone made a comic and I edited the comic. So yeah, get the Fae. Like you got the four of them. You got Bob looking all really smug. And it's kind of cursed that Melusine is taller than Morgan. And then yeah, he reaches past all of them, and there's Coral. And then he moves her out of the way, and there's his favorite.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. She's not even. Oh yeah, because you edited it.
Yeah.
I thought that was the name. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I thought that was the nameless.
Coral,
that was
Hope, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, they're equally irrelevant to me. All right.
She's nameless. Who cares? But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read that story. Like, I don't have time for that shit.
Which one's Opal? There's a fairy called Opal in Los. I thought that was a fucking Pokemon trainer. It was a grandma. This is from like Gen 8. Anyway, sorry.
Wow, that's a very specific reference there, sir.
I know who Coral is. It's like a pink wing fairy.
Okay, how about this as an idea? What if one of the buffs, one of her skills, gives the target debuff resist down as a negative?
That's cool.
You could do like 30% charge with the Buster / Arts. The targeted one I would do debuff resist down on, but you also get 2 hits of evade, 30% attack with 3 turns, and then maybe, I'm not sure about NP damage, that might be a bit much, but you can also do the Melusine buffs in that.
That actually sounds pretty fair. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is MP damage too far? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
When she turned into a bug, it's not because she sucks, that's because she's based. Yeah.
She's
like, wouldn't you turn people into bugs if you could?
True. Not true, actually, but sure.
All right then, sir. And then the NP. I don't feel like it needs to be anything crazy, so just like HP regen. You could
debuff cleanse. I mean, she did
debuff cleanse. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because I think she removed the corruption from the dragon corpse to make Melusine or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, she's not rotting anymore, so I think debuff cleanse is a good effect. I mean, Castoria has it, so like now it's just infinitely, less valuable because Castoria just has to ruin everything. But there you go.
Maxwell Korean. No, sir. You actually are quite late if your name is based off of what I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about Maxwell.
Yeah.
Maxwell's demon.
Let's see. Go NPCs. Let's look at some of
So
those.
she didn't cleanse. I mean, I like debuff cleanse though.
Oh my god, that was the other one I was thinking of. This one's so obvious. I feel
I may
dumb
have like
for.
one more, but you
Oh,
go
yeah,
first.
yeah, you go ahead.
No, I just cause or drop. Like I just have all the normie picks.
Oh.
I have a Murian. Let me get the image.
Okay.
I mean, I personally think she would have to be Khazra drop. I think she shouldn't be Mirian. Wow, I can't. Why can't I grab an image of her? Let me see.
Be quicker than that.
All right, sorry, you go for it. Oh my god, it doesn't let me save my.
I gotta find a new image of mine anyways, because it's cut off. That looks weird. Wait, hold on. It's gonna zoom in, so it's gonna look a little odd. But I'm gonna do that just for the sake of it looking right.
Fine.
And then this is.
I am very much intrigued by your pick because I can't think of.
Well, I'm glad you're intrigued by my pick because I feel like it should have been obvious.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like the NPC, the one from Olympus that basically everyone wants.
Yeah. She's drawn by Carmilla's artist.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. You got the
Bernard
milker.
Fuck.
Who the fuck is?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull up her. She's actually kind of interesting in that her skill set from her boss fight actually isn't that bad of an idea. Because like
hyper defensive healer now.
Yeah. So like one of her skills, it's like the 3 turns of 50% defense and then damage cut for 1 turn. I feel like they'd throw another effect on top of that, but I feel like that's still a pretty good one. Like put it on a 6-turn cooldown.
Yeah. I like solo tank units. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I would make her like a single target caster. It could go quick. I feel like arts might fit her a bit. She is green though.
I mean, is she though? Yeah, she is, but like.
Yeah, like she's got the little.
I mean,
I don't even know what to call that.
It's fine. Thing. It's fine though. I don't think she needs to be quick just because she's green.
Yeah. So we can go with arts.
We don't have an SSR yet for ST arts.
Yeah, that's true. So we've got like the 50% defense. That for 3 turns on a 6-turn. Not well, yeah, 6-turn cooldown. That means pretty good uptime. She also has like a super disengage, which is and the debuff removal, and then like a big heal. Instead of doing 50k HP, because that would be really dumb, we can do like 5k and keep that on this like a 6 or 7 turn cooldown. I feel like she would
5k is a lot.
Yeah, I feel like she would live a really long time because of that.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, like these servants, like these survival servants.
On that skill, I'd put something like an arts buff on there, maybe. Because like she does have one attack buff, like she has one offensive buff. Oh, hey, the wiki is wrong.
Oh no.
The wiki is wrong. It says that one of her skills increases her attack by 100% for 3 turns. It's only one time 3 turns.
Oh no, FGO wiki being wrong?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Hey, it's more right than Game Press is most of the time.
Yeah. FGO wiki, no, I genuinely mean it almost never fucks things up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because like that's where I get my info.
Because it's run by people who care. Anyways, yeah, I got. Someone was a little annoyed that we brought up Game Press at the end of last stream, so we won't dwell on that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then debuff immune. One time 3 turns. I feel like that's not. That's normal. So yeah, you could do that, and then I'm not sure actually if I want to put the arts buff on that skill because you might not want to go offensive on that skill in particular. Just because you might want to save that for a later turn, and you might want to throw the arts buff out there immediately so you can boost your NP. So maybe I would put that on the defense skill, like an arts buff on that defense skill. You could go like 30% arts.
Maybe.
And then her third skill, she's got like a big battery, and she's got a one-time 3-turn attack buff of 100%. So I would tone that down to like 50% for 3 turns. Instead of one time 100%. The battery, I feel like 80% is reasonable.
As a caster, I think 80 is more than reasonable for a caster. It's just common.
Yeah,
it's just what happens.
Yeah, because like
them.
Sanzo has that, and should be competing with her anyways. So I think that basically covers that. We have to think of an NP though, because her NP is it's wrong, and it's boring, because all it is it reduces max HP by 30% after damage.
I think
it's actually before damage.
Her MP can be another heal. Would it be too much if you just make her like unkillable?
Yeah, we shouldn't go that far on it. I could see it being something like defense down. Actually, it really just depends, because like the way it is animated in game is really dumb, because she just like bonks the enemy when
she steps on it.
Yeah, it's Scream Elusis. She's like it's described in game as she's making a really loud sound that destroys a ton of shit around her.
Yeah, but she steps on you with like, the giant shoe.
Like, boing.
Yeah. Really dumb looking MP for sure. I mean,
I really like that edit I did a while back. I just made the sprite like bounce all over and put like Gmod sound effects over it.
Bruh. I mean, she's if you want to make it sound based, pretty interesting. I mean, if it's sound based, it's gotta be AoE again, no? Oh, but you want to make a single turn. I guess sound based doesn't always have to be AoE. I don't know.
It could just be something more offensive, because she has a lot of defensive stuff in her kit already. You could give it like Pierce Invuln. I think that's a niche that, well, actually, there is someone with Pierce Invuln.
No,
target
Pierce
caster.
damage cut.
Pierce damage cut.
We've never seen that. and I really want that.
Well,
Damage cut is
the reason we haven't seen that is because it's weird and not very useful. Like, there's a couple times where it would be useful, like,
yeah.
those are advanced quests.
Just make more damage cuts. I don't know. I genuinely think damage cut is a thing we've never been able to get past. Which is, I mean, if it's a sound-based attack, I don't see why it can be blocked. Could be, I mean, just give it like better defense ignore. It ignores both defense and damage cut. There you go.
Buff removal before damage. That'd be kind of cracked.
Yeah, but like, yeah, sure, it could do that, but like that just doesn't bypass cubed. Cube buffs.
I mean, it's how a lot of things are. I mean, if it's just full buff removal, though, that's still gonna be really strong. Because that's removing everything else.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like maybe if you want to make it a little bit different, like, I don't know, like I like if you just want to make her generic good, I think buff removal before damage is definitely a really good choice, because like I'm pretty sure no servant with that is like bad. Like you like characters like does Bima have Bima has it, right? Like yeah, like characters like Bima, really underrated. I think just like that one effect is really good, right? So
yeah. Oh, I have an idea. You can also put NP seal on the NP. Which I think would be very nice as a
defensive
survivalist.
Effect. Yeah.
Since she doesn't have anything hard defensive, like being able to stall out this NP might do some stuff. Oh, hold on. Let's clear my throat. Yeah, like buff removal, NP seal. I like that combo. You can also do like defense down after damage or before damage if you wanna be crazy about it. Yeah, it's kind of weird, dude. Like I want to make her a single target, but like all of them have more AoE focused things.
Yeah,
I'm hiccuping.
I mean, that's just how it is, right?
Like yeah, they look AoE, but I mean it's because they're big spaceships. They're not made to shoot like one tiny little target. They're blasting big things.
I mean, they don't have to be that lore accurate, right? Like
yeah, that's what I was telling you earlier. That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But what do we have? What could we do that's special about her? Because like we got. Oh, you know what? You could make it. She could have a passive where everyone gets like a little bit of NP regen.
MP, not heal. That's weird. I was expecting you to say
passive.
heal.
Yeah, well, she's like a harvest person.
I mean, if you want to do harvest, you can do like either.
You could do like 3% for the entire team every turn.
How about 3% for the entire team? But if it's a sun field, it becomes more because it's the spring.
It's interesting.
Or yeah, something
could
like
be
that.
Something like that. I don't know. Spitballing.
Yeah, I mean, it's spring.
Yeah, in the summer. Oh god.
And then punish. The thing with field-based things is like I think the game there's too little control over fields. There's too little control over fields right now in the game. So it's really annoying if you have a kit that is based too heavily on fields. Otherwise, I would have liked to reference, you know, like the reason behind the different seasons was because, you know, like Persephone has to go back into the underworld with Hades during winter, right? So like, I really wanted to have like a cycling, like a seasonal cycling sort of feel to her kit, but that is maybe field based, but like I feel like maybe making it field based is too much because it just like you just have no control over it. Like maybe someday you want to kill something in a snow field and you just get like punished for no reason. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like she was a lot easier of a character to build because we already had things to work off of.
Yep.
Like a certain couple others.
Yep.
We also got the gremlin, the other gremlin actually.
From Lost But 6, everybody likes her.
Yeah.
Mirian. Who
The
doesn't
creature.
like Mirian? I mean, I think her release would definitely
accurate.
be Khazur drop. I don't think she would be just Mirian, the fairy. I think she would be Khazur drop. So the biggest thing with Khazur drop in her book or like CCC Foxtail manga is that she has Insect Eater as an effect where she can consume other Sakura faces and gain their abilities. Now, I've been thinking about like there's basically two ways to do it. The first way to do it is actually do what it does, which is you actually make her eat other Sakura faces and get their abilities. But the second way, which is in my opinion the easier way to do it, was just to give her like a 1 out of 3 effect on a skill. So she can pick like Melt Virus, Trash and Crash, and then I forgot what she stole from BB. Domus Aurea?
Oculum.
I don't remember what she stole from BB.
The...
But and then after you select one of those effects, she changes her entire her entire character slightly changes how it works. So like for example, if you pick like one of the skills, if you pick just Trash and Crash, it just gives her it's just like an exact copy of Passion Lips Trash and Crash, but then it will make her MP maybe like more offensive, and if she chooses the BB effect, it will make her MP like more supportive, and then if she chooses Melt, she would be, I don't know. I don't have a solid idea for this yet. Hold on. Sorry.
So an idea I like the idea of her taking buffs from her allies.
Yeah, but it is only Sakura faces. So
Well,
like
I mean, it doesn't only have to be Sakura faces.
yeah,
She
but
could just like yoink buffs from the team, and I like that idea because that means like you could bring a servant that does AoE buffing. She just like takes all of that and dumps it on herself. Like, dude, imagine if she's quick, and then you use Summer Scotty.
that's
That means she
disgusting.
gets 95% quick from one.
that is a bit.
Yeah.
Look, I think also another scary thing about this is like you can like, I don't know. So for example, like multi-core farming, right? So first 2 waves are AoE. You just bring like a quick AoE, right? And you loop like a normal person. And the last wave is single target, and you swap one of your Summer Scotties for this thing, and then she just steals the buffs from your main DPS that you were buffing for the whole time. And then you clear the final wave. Something like that. So
Yeah, dude.
it's certainly a scary idea.
They'd have to put some sort of limiter
Restriction.
on
Yeah.
it. I don't know though. Considering how she would be an alter ego, they might go a little harder, since since that is kind of a class nerf. Like it's kind of a
I
nerf
guess.
being that class.
I guess. So like buff stealing is a very scary effect. But yeah, that's certainly a very cool thing. They've never experimental. I actually don't understand. Didn't they code it for like a boss fight already, like buff stealing? Like, couldn't you just do that on the friendly side? Like, I feel like that is definitely something that should be possible. I mean, I don't know much about coding, so don't like hold me against it. But
yeah, I'm not sure. I know that there is a boss or two that stole buffs.
yeah, like for example, the most recent one is from the Medusa Tower.
Oh, the one with is it Galatea you're talking about?
Yeah, Galatea steals your buffs.
I thought she just got certain buffs and then like removed.
No, I think she
those.
steals yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember I do remember seeing that one screenshot where she did like several 100,000 because they buff stacked.
Yeah, you buff stack someone and then you buff stack like a Buster unit because she has mostly Buster cards, and then you just let her steal it, and then she just does a shit ton of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What type of servants would give her the biggest boosts if she could steal?
Just any like Summer Sky's one, like any AoE buffer, like if she was Buster, someone like I don't know, Himiko would be pretty scary. Castoria as well. Castoria gives the entire team like how many percent attack up, and you like concentrate all on her. It's like over 100% attack up. You use like
so
any AoE buffing MP. Like also what is potentially scary, right? Is like she gains access to like buffs that are not supposed to be able to given to her. So for example, I'm gonna assume she doesn't have existence outside the domain, but you could buff someone with Van Gogh that has existence outside the domain and she can yoink it. So it's kind of scary, I guess. Like or like if she, I mean she probably could be chaotic evil, right? Like but like, oh boy, if she was chaotic evil, Doman, she get 300% crit up, 120% attack up from Doman, from one Doman.
I can imagine them limiting it to like she only takes from one target, or if she might only be allowed to take a certain number of them, like 3 or 4.
And then it stops. Yeah,
because like it's really easy to just go hyper overkill.
Yeah, that's why I had a tamer. Oh yeah, like self buffs that are weird, that are like unique to a servant. Like what are some self buffs that are very weird that is unique to a servant? She can steal like Faceless Moon. I don't know why. Yeah, she can steal Faceless Moon, so that doesn't do anything actually.
Yeah.
A
lot of things they can do.
Yeah, Musashi double hit. That's why I brought it up, because somebody said a Musashi double hit buff. You could like steal. What's it?
They could just make it so she doesn't really have her own offensive buffs, but then she's able to take extra from other servants. I think that's an interesting way to go. That way she's not really broken on her own. It's just team building that breaks her.
Yeah. That is for what if she steals Ray? Well, Ray Horizon isn't a buff. It's a skill. She doesn't steal a skill. She steals like a buff status. So she can't really steal Ray Horizon.
Yeah, if she stole Faceless Moon, it wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah, because if anyone switches out, it still resets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just has that now. Because like, even if BB dies while she has it, like I mean, it's gone.
My Fair Soldier, that's a skill seal, and she gives it to the entire team. I don't think that matters. Yeah, what's a weird thing she can steal? It doesn't really sound that broken anymore. She could steal Draco's the Grail. I don't know what it does. It doesn't do anything except for trigger her own skill.
Dude, you think that she might be able to steal the demerits from Oberon's skills?
No. Oh wait, no, she can't work though. Do you know why?
Why?
Because if she just steals buffs, she can steal the buff part from Oberon's skill 3, but not the debuff. So like you could buff her with you could buff someone with Oberon's skill 3, and she steals the offensive part of it, and then that someone gets taunted and dies, and she still lives. Wait, that's kind of sick. I actually like that. Hold on, that's like a Minturn thing. Hold on. That's... Whoops, we broke the game. Yeah, I mean, why not? Who cares, right? Oh, his eternal sleep, but it's a boxed buff. Like, you shouldn't be able to steal like a boxed buff, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, dude, I'm about falling asleep over here.
Well, I guess we should wrap it up soon then. I mean, it doesn't always have to be until 8 o'clock if you're not feeling well.
We're not even at 2 hours in, man. Nah.
2 hours is a lot. 2 hour, dude. 2 hour podcast.
Bro, last episode was 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be 4. Do you know how long usual podcasts are? They are not 4 hours.
Yeah,
like 4 hours are
hour,
for like,
if that.
Yeah, 4 hours are for like, if we're talking about like the fucking U.S. presidential election or something, right? Like we're not. It's like every week for 4 hours.
Speaking of, we should talk about no.
But you, Olga, the president? Wait, is that what you're talking about?
You know,
yeah,
actually,
you, Olga, the president.
That's someone we can talk about because she's not in the game
Yeah.
yet.
True, you, Olga. First of all, I don't think the AoE card is gonna be a thing. The AoE card is only a thing because they just ripped her enemy data and then like put it on your side. Like if you've seen like hacked footage of people using Gatia to like playable Gatia, like he also has like AoE attacks like on his face cards. Like the only reason Olga has AoE attacks is not because it's like they designed it around her. No, it's just her boss version has it, so you also have it. But I think Olga, I don't know, Olga is so like weird. Like we don't even know what form we're gonna get as a playable servant, because I doubt we'll be getting the full, like, you know, because this one died. Right? Is this spoiler? It's Lost World 7 spoiler. It kind of is spoiler. Fuck. But like, I mean, if you know,
attention, I'm sorry.
I mean, if you know, if you know why we're doing the Olga quest, I mean, we still don't know for sure, but like we're collecting her shards. She like blew up into different pieces, and like the Count is trying to put her back together again, like Humpty Dumpty, right? So like, so like her soul is in different pieces.
Something.
Yeah, her soul is like shattered. So like, for example, the You Olga quest we fought was just like one piece of her soul. It's like the fire part of her soul, I guess. Yeah. Look, how do I talk about Olga without spoiling? How can I even talk about Olga without spoiling? Like it's yeah. But like she's shattered into 4 pieces. So you kind of have to put her back together. So like I assume the form we revive is not going to be the original one. Like she's going to be different, and maybe that one would be the playable version. So I think Olga is a bit of a difficult case. I hope she don't keep her deck though. She has a triple arts deck. I don't like those, bro. No more. And her MP better not be she better not be an AoE arts with a triple arts deck, please. For God's sake, don't do it.
No,
don't do it, game.
No, dude. They're totally gonna give her a Team Buster buff and a whole arts deck.
Oh my god,
everything.
She's so bad. Like, have you tried to use her in Lost World 7? She's actually a horrible servant in Lost World 7. She's always grailed to 100. Like in that, like her face card damage is like actual dog shit. Her face card damage is halved on her AoE cards. So her Buster card and her extra card does fucking half damage. It's so bad. It's actually so bad. And the crit how the crit works, it's calculated separately. So for example, if your Buster card writes 50% crit and you're hitting 3 enemies, it flips the coin 3 times. It's so bad. It's like absolutely horrible. It's actually so bad.
Okay,
So
but when she does the spin attack, she makes the funny
yeah,
really
okay,
awkward
they
laugh.
should keep that. They should keep that. I think they could keep the attack animation. Don't keep the kid. The kid is so bad. Do not keep the kid. I also hope she's a welfare, like everybody hopes. Because like honestly, I think at this point we've been so far into the game that it's about time we get like MASH 2.0, kind of, you know, like we should get a main. I guess Habertrot is kind of like that. Habertrot's like a story progress tied welfare gold servant that is very strong. I think it's about time we get an SSR, and I think Olga would be a perfect reward for people. It will get people back as well. It will get people rushing the story as well, because like people are like, oh my god, Olga. Like even people who quit like after part 1, they probably like Olga, right? So yeah, 5-star Melusine. No, why Melusine? There's only 2 pay-to-win versions. But yeah.
Welfare Melusine. And
Kamazotz. The only like mechanic I can think for Kamazotz is just lifesteal. And like Barghest already has that, so it's like And like Kamazotz, honestly, I don't know how interesting Kamazotz would be. I don't even know if he's gonna be a beast class. I don't know why people think he's gonna be a beast class. Because like the reason why Draco is remained a beast class is very special. It's not because she's beast, so they just made her beast. Like it's not. Like the reason why she's a beast is because she like came to terms with the fact that she can love humanity, but also wants to destroy it, but also wants to help it at the same. It's fucking weird. I don't know. Same with Pretender. Okay, but the thing is, Pretender has a set like class advantage like chart. Not Beast. Beast has like Draco has the same alignment as her boss fight. So I'm gonna assume, like for example, if Koyan Ska gets a beast, her beast alignment would be she takes double damage from demonic beast trait enemies. So yeah. Kamazotz counter. I don't see why Kamazotz counters people. He doesn't counter attacks. That's not his thing. His thing is being a giant bat. Like, what I actually see what's gonna happen is he's gonna be like a underwhelming as fuck AoE servant, and then everybody's gonna forget about him after White Day. I'm sorry. He's about to be Takasugi 2.0, guys. He is on his way. I think he's definitely more impactful because he's from a main story, but like he's about to be Takasugi 2.0, guys. Like, do you guys remember Pope Joan? Yeah, me neither. All right, like, F her MP6. I'm sorry, but like, same with Pope Joan. Like, Pope Joan was definitely not as popular as Kamazotz, right? Like for sure. But Pope Joan, a lot of people wanted Pope Joan during Traum, but like, whoops. No, nobody cares anymore, right? Like I just think she's not that bad. She's like, if you don't focus on her arts crit, she got like good team buffs and good support. Her MP definitely should have been support, but whatever. Traum main story is, I think the story is fine. The gameplay sucks, but we didn't even get to fight Pope Joan. Like, we fought Pope Joan as a master. Like, I don't know. I hope they don't make his gameplay lame, but I honestly don't see an interesting idea for him. I guess he could, because like he's all about like, I guess they can make him like a super foreigner counter. They could. Oh, they're gonna make him alter ego. Oh, I mean, no, they're gonna make him.
They could still make him a beast.
Yeah, I guess. But like, what makes him keep the beast spirit origin though?
I mean, they can make up a reason. Like, they didn't have to make up a reason for Draco.
No, they did. They did.
Well, they did. They had to keep her a beast.
I guess. Like, if they make him a beast and he keeps his alignment as his boss fight, it's pretty broken. Doesn't he have... He does neutral. He does at worst neutral to everything, minus Avengers and Moon Cancers. So, like... He's just like the new Omni Looper or Farmer if he's AoE, because he does double damage to Cavalries. No, to Knights. Sorry, he does double to Knights, neutral to Cavalries, double to Foreigners. I don't know. That's kind of scary.
It's just kind of updated Gadia.
Yeah, it's just it's Gadia. It's actually worse than Gadia, right? Because it has a no, it's not worse. He just trades like a foreigner advantage for Moon Cancer disadvantage. I mean, those barely matter in farming. He has a big scythe. I don't know how to design Kamazots. Like he definitely feels like you could slap a pretty standard skill set on him, and he'd be interesting still. Like people, you'll get him like he'll have like I think he should definitely have lifesteal. He should definitely have like heal on attack. He should have like the strongest vampirism in the game, right? He should have I don't know.
Yeah.
What does he... He's also like indestructible, right? As long as he doesn't remember. So you can make him like a very tanky solo unit again. Oh, wait, what if... No, you can't really replicate that boss gimmick as a... Did you put it as a passive? Like, if your enemy gains more than 2 buffs, he punishes them? They could be boring and make him a buster looper. I think they're gonna be... I think they're gonna... If they're AoE, they could... They're gonna make them loopers. That's why I want STs. I think for single targets, they haven't gone with a format yet. For like AoEs, their design are very formatic.
Formulaic.
In terms of... formulaic, sorry. Their design are like very much formulaic to like what they want them to do. Is a buster, the 30 to 50 battery, 6 turn cooldown. Is arts, 50 battery. If it's quick, 30 battery. There you go. And like arts is like 4 to 5 hits. Quick is like I don't know, 8 to 10 hits. Like it's just like they just do the same shit. Like a guts that revives him with the amount of life he stole from his enemy. That's a cool idea. Like, so it rewards you for doing damage, and like it stores that data. That might be a little bit difficult to implement though. Like it has, like the game has to remember how much damage you did, and then like when the guts proc, it finally releases that information. It could be difficult. I don't know.
Okay. What other silly things can I do to this gremlin?
I think guts that heals depending on how much damage that procs the guts is interesting. So like, if he dies from a puny like dot attack, I don't know why that's lore accurate, but that is a cool idea. So like if she took like if he took like he was like slowly whittled down and he takes like 1,000 damage. Yeah, if he had like 1,000 HP left and he did proc the guts, then he doesn't heal much. But if he like dies from full, and then he heals to full, I actually think that kind of fixes the problem with guts in teams, because like what sucks is usually that you get killed and then you always just revive with 1,000 HP instead of retaining your current HP, like with an invul, for example. So that definitely does make guts a lot more desirable to use in a team. I actually like that idea. I don't know if it's a good fit for Kamazots, but yeah.
There's some sort of guts thing with him would be cool.
Yeah, he should be ST because lore is he ripped out the heart. Yeah. I mean, he'd just be like anti-threat. He's gonna be anti-threat to humanity again, because like ORT, anti-ORT, right? Like, and yeah, I don't know. I still kind of like the tame idea of my Kazuo drop. Like maybe it's not a good idea on Kazuo drop, but like I like the idea of kind of like Space Ishtar, but the transformation itself doesn't feel like such a nothing skill. Like for example, like Space Ishtar and Emiya, right? Their transformation is just a singular effect. But like, what if for example on Space Ishtar, let's just take her for example, if you select arts, I already suggested this during my buff suggestion episode, where like if you select to transform into quick, you get a certain amount of buff. Like it changes how your character functions. Instead of just changing a type. So what I thought about for Kazuo drop was, yeah, one of the skills just opens up a menu where you can pick Trash and Crash, Melt Virus, or the crown, whatever skill, the crown, and then you get the exact same skill from Melt, Lip, or BB.
Yeah.
But then it just permanently changes how her MP works. For example, like maybe it puts her in like a BB mode, so her MP does something different, and it puts her in a Passion Lip mode, then her MP does something different. And then if you put her in a Melt mode, and then her MP does something different. And then she also has like a base form, and then the base form MP also does something different. That might be a bit too much, so maybe the difference is not going to be that big, but like I like that idea. Maybe I'm like affected by Pokemon again, because like it kind of sounds like how Ogre Pond works, but I don't know. That sounds too cool. Yeah, that's like, that feels definitely like 3-in-1 servants. So like maybe, I'm not sure, but like they still coded Ptolemy. Like I was expecting them to no longer, like never do another transformation servant, because they said it was a lot of work, but they were willing to do Ptolemy. So, and Ptolemy isn't like a Lost Belt 6th grade, like he isn't like a main story character that they want to like make a strong impression. He's just an event servant, and they still made him a transforming servant, right? So yeah. ORT star. Yeah. So I don't know. I like the idea of a skill that slightly shifts. I like the idea of modes, like different modes for a servant, and then the way to trigger it is using a skill. And I do think that kind of fits Kazuo drop. And it's probably easier to balance than buff stealing, because like buff stealing is a very scary idea. Like there's infinite ways to break buff stealing, but like if you do limit the effects to like just 3 selections, I think it's easier to balance. But I don't think they care about balance. I think they care about how easy it is to code, and buff stealing might be easier to code. So I don't know. Maybe they use Ptolemy later. Maybe. So like, anyways, I mean, I'm kind of out of ideas. I don't know what else. who else is a good NPC?
Uh,
Tamamo Aria. She isn't even an NPC. She's like a Tamamo Aria. I mean,
Yeah.
Tamamo Aria probably won't have cool gimmicks.
I mean, she might have cooldown reduction.
Yeah. The thing with Tamamo Aria is the thing she does in Samurai Remnant is like nothing. Like, for example, most of the rogue servants in Samurai Remnant are playable units that have multiple skills and moves. She's a support servant that has one move. She doesn't even have like, you know, for those like Muso games, usually you have 4 special moves for your D-pad. Not D-pad, like 4 buttons you can select at the very least 4 moves. She has one move. she has one move, which is just Omni buff. Like she increases the heal. She heals your team, increases attack, defense, max HP. That's it. So like, there isn't a lot to work with from the base game in terms of what she can do. But that might be a good thing. That means like they could do anything with her design. So yeah, they could make her a quick support. Like people say they could make her a low star. I don't think they're gonna make her a low star, dude.
Look, it's us.
There's no way she's a low star. There's absolutely no way she's a low star. She has to be SSR. I hope she's a support. Quick support. Quick cooldown reduction support. Oh god.
That'd be interesting.
Cooldown reduction on MP. Don't be on a skill. If it's on a skill, it's just gonna be quick Koyan Light. That's gonna be horrible. Dude, quick Koyan Light would be so bad. It would literally kill Buster for farming. Quick Koyan Light would kill Buster farming as a whole.
Yeah, because with Buster, the battery and cooldown reduction spam is there just to compensate for the lack of refund. But if you can get the same thing with refund, it's just better.
Yeah. Tamo Aria with 2-turn cooldown on a skill and a battery would just make quick Buster, but everyone can run Black Grail. No. No, don't do it. Don't do it. This is a vicious cycle, dude. This is actually a vicious cycle. Like it just never ends. Like Quick started it, and then we went full circle. Now they're gonna make Quick stupid again, and I don't like that idea. It's like a slippery slope that just never gets better. I don't want that shit, dude. I'm sorry.
Crit farming. I mean, crit farming is already a thing, so.
Yeah, crit farm is already a thing. Unless you mean AoE cards, like Olga. Like, I remember thinking of, oh man, what if Olga... Yeah, what if you could farm with the AoE card, but like... You need a lot of damage. That would mean it's not MP level. It's not tied to MP level, though. It's tied to Grails. But I don't know. Increasing buff time? What do you mean increasing buff time?
We did that with Summer Bob.
Yeah.
Summer Bob.
I mean, Caster Scotty has the longest lasting attack up out of all the meta supports. It's 5 turns already, so that's a unique thing normal Scotty's good at. Like, she might not be able to... The reason why it doesn't compete with Arts is just the MP isn't that good defensively, and also it's not nearly as spammable. Like, if Caster Scotty's MP was spammable, it compete with Castoria's MP, but it's just not. So... Crit farming needs go into Foreigner. No, that's just easier to do, because, like, Go buffs 100+% crit per MP.
I mean, part of the reason why it works like that is because people fit in Domon as well, who isn't a foreigner.
Yeah, Domon's chaotic evil. So like
Instantly.
Arya can reduce CD on cards? What does that even mean? What does cooldown on cards even mean? Command codes? I don't think they're ever gonna do a command code centric skill, unfortunately. 300% battery gives caster Scotty. I mean, I don't know. Like the thing is, I don't think you need to save quick.
Yeah.
The problem with quick, I can't believe we're back to this. I can't believe we cycled back to this again. But like, the problem is not quick. The problem is quick is bad at farming, and the game keeps wanting you to fucking farm. Just change the game so it's not focused on farming that much. Everything would be fixed. Like literally. Like I stood. Adding turns to buffs? I guess. I mean, they probably tested it with Summer Bob, and it was way too broken if it's just on all buffs. So they reduced it to like every turn buffs, like end of turn effects only. Because like imagine if it was just on any buff. That'd be pretty scary. And also what I imagine they might do is after they release a meta servant that can increase buff durations, they make all farming nodes 4 waves. And then you just like hate everything. Like if you don't pull the character, you just hate life. Because now the farming nodes are 4 wave. They've done that before as well. Like there's a lot of farming node that becomes 4 waves when you equip those like enemy increase bonus. Like they changed it during Molay's Halloween, where they just all appear in 1 wave, but like they could regress back to that cancer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm out of stuff.
You're good. You're good. I'm about falling asleep over here. I turned I like made what's her name more cursed.
Cars are drop.
Yeah.
What's their boo?
It was from I was Halloween decorating like a month or so ago.
Bruh, be careful.
I need to get a new floor mat.
You talk about Aggravane. I haven't talked about Aggravane.
I don't really.
I was
care
gonna
about
make him a
Aggravane,
low
honestly.
star saber, but we already got a low star saber. And I don't know what's interesting about his lore, like his chain. No, he can control people, right? That's how he made his the enforcement
can't wait
knights
for
evil.
several people to say he hates women.
Yeah,
Yep,
there
there
you
it
go. I
is.
mean, anti-female. No, don't do anti-female. He should have, like, if you're gonna make him like anti-woman, he should like debuff his teammates, female teammates, so he doesn't work with female servants, and not like he kills women. I don't think he just doesn't like to work with women. So I think like what he should have is just he has anti-synergy with female server. Like he has like Oberon's passive with Merlin, but instead of Merlin, it's an entire gender. Right? So I think that works. And then make him like a meme low star. I don't know. Or just make him like doesn't work with Morgan. Like who? I don't know, man. I have no lore for Aggravane. I don't know anything about Aggravane, so I can't come up with a cool design. I don't know. Like for example, like there are servants like once again like Maxwell's Demon. It's very easy to see like what the inspiration of design is gonna come from. Like for example, the perpetual engine is like his entire character. So a perpetual engine translated to gameplay is very easy to do. It's just like per turn heal, per turn MP gain, per turn star, whatever you want to call it, right? So like infinite energy, like infinite MP gauge, right? It's easy to like design around, but like I feel like Aggravane doesn't have a lot to design around. This is why he never came out. Yeah, I think he's gonna be like shoehorned in as like a story locked 4-star sometime. later, like during like a main chapter. They're just gonna shoehorn him in, like he's gonna be like Duryodhana. That's my prediction. Like his character is gonna be like Duryodhana. It's the same with Roland. Didn't people want Roland? And Roland was actually really good. He was just generically good, and then still nobody gave a shit. Like, I remember people wanting Roland, right?
Yeah.
I genuinely remember people wanting Roland. And like, I don't see him anywhere. And he has such a good kid. He has Imbo Pierce on MP, or 3-turn cooldown Star Bomb something. Like
AoE buff removal.
Yeah, AoE buff purge is so good. He's actually such a good character. He just doesn't have anti-trade.
But why would I bring him for buff removal when I can bring Benkei?
True. No one actually wanted Roland. They just wanted him because he was coded in the game. Well, I feel like Agravain is gonna be like Roland. I really feel like Agravain is just gonna be like Roland. Like, as exciting as he is pre-released, after he's released, it's just gone. Like, you know what Gil said in Stay Night? I don't remember the exact quote, but didn't he say something like, you know, the woman like, you're the prettiest when you're not obtainable or something? Like, what the fuck did he say again? To Saber? It's like,
I don't. It's
like,
been a while since I read that. Since I watched that anime.
oh, it's like what makes her beautiful is because he can't obtain her, right? And that, like, that is such a funny thing. Some treasures are beautiful because they can't be obtained. Yeah, exactly. That's so funny because that's literally the fate of multiple servants in FGO. So Takasugi, Roland, and I remember people being hyped about Bima, like when he was in Valentine's. Yeah, that went away real fast, and Wangina immediately came out, so people don't even have the time to bitch about it, and nobody gave a shit. And Wangina's actually, in my opinion, one of like very, very strong single target. Wangina's actually so strong, like as a single target. Like, it's not even funny. She's actually a top tier, in my opinion. She's like a top tier single target DPS. Like, she's actually so good. She has universal. She's like single target Arjuna Alter, dude. Like, nobody's talking about that. I don't. Like, she's so good as a single target DPS. You see a fair amount 120. Oh, I see. I mean, I guess I just didn't see. But like, yeah, I just feel like all these servants like hype kind of die after they get released. So, especially in recent years, like back in the day, not really. Like the only character that kind of retained the, like, that didn't fall into that that hole is Tiamat. I think Tiamat was forever wanted since part 1, and then her release was like the highest grossing banner this year. So Tiamat didn't fall into that. But it's Tiamat. Like, it's literally like the one of the trump cards. Like, if like I'd imagine, like, I think I talked about this with someone like 2 years ago. Like, if Lasengo or Delight Works didn't have anything to release, the first trump card they'll release is Tiamat, and then they'll release Olga, and then they'll release Solomon, and that's it. Like, that's the 3 like trump cards they have. So like, Tiamat is literally one of the, you know, it's like almost guaranteed winner in terms of popularity as a character. So no, I don't think that's the case. I don't think Arcade made her more desirable, honestly. I think Arcade, like, a lot of people don't like her arcade design. Like, Tiamat from Lost World 7, not Lost World, from 7 Singularity. You can't tell me people didn't want that character. People wanted that character the moment she appeared on screen. Let's start doom posting. We should. Nah, Olga's not released yet. You can start doom posting after Solomon is released. All right. I think it's fair to start doom posting when they release Solomon. That's like the last thing they want to do probably for the game. I don't. Yeah. Like honestly, the day they release Solomon, you know, Ars Nova is about to happen to the entire game. So, do people still care about male jock? I don't know. Some people. I think he's boring. Oh yeah, there's no Zeus. We didn't talk about Zeus today. He's not a woman, so.
Yeah.
Just use Ptolemy's third ascension and pretend he's Zeus.
He's old.
He's an old guy with white hair and white beard. Yeah, it's Zeus. Adult Hans? No, they ain't never adding Adult Hans, bro. Adult Hans like all the way down there. They'd add Lolly Kiara before Adult Hans. Dude, every old guy is the same guy. Yeah. Fucking Zelric is. Oh my god, Ptolemy is Zelric because he's an old guy. Oh my god, Ptolemy's Zeus because he's an old guy. Just, in anime, every old guy is the same guy. It's just they all look the same. This is so funny. Yeah. Just every old guy is the same guy policy. Oh.
Man.
Ptolemy and Moriarty. Dude, Moriarty is like... I don't know.
I have nothing to say, man. I'm sorry, I've been really quiet because I've been barely staying awake here.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to like fill in the.
This cough medicine's getting to me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a longer episode after you got better. Like, I mean, this is still a pretty long episode. It's like 3 hours. I think it's fine.
It's 2.5. It's yeah.
2 hours 55 minutes. Pretty long.
Yeah, I mean, I started the recording early, and it's only
True.
Ah, dude, I'm just struggling here, man.
I mean, it's fine.
There needs to be things happening in this game, man.
It's about time. We're gonna get a lot of stuff starting next week. Don't worry. Like, we're gonna get Gouda, and then we're gonna get Christmas right after No Dead Week. And then like NA got like Tunguska. We can talk about Tunguska for NA. It's the end of the year, a lot of stuff. Like we could get like New Year's Servant for JP and NA, like Koyan Dark. I don't know if anyone wants to hear more about Koyan Dark, but
yeah, people will watch it.
Yeah, like,
and
like
I had a funny thought the other day, like I know, like you haven't been like able to make money on your channel in a while. Do you think that if you had monetization now, do you think you'd actually be making more money now? So those hot takes are really good for monetization.
I don't know. I looked at my analytics. It's tanking a bit. It tanked a bit. I think it peaked at well, it didn't really. Like this year, because of Lost Belt 7, like in terms of views, I don't know about like, cause like hot take videos are longer, so they definitely make a lot more money than random shit. But like, my views peaked at Lost Belt 7. Like it peaked so high, cause like I mean it's a new story chapter, and like I'm just posting spoilers, and people like watching spoilers. Like this is how it works. So.
Yeah.
So
it's just the hot take format, like that type of that form of content. It's a lot more conducive. It's a lot more. It's a lot nicer for what YouTube wants out of the content.
I mean, it kind of sucks that I started doing it right before I get demonetized, so I can't really see how well they're performing. But the first few did pretty good. some of them don't really do that well because there are servants that people don't really care about. Like I remember the Pope Joan one doing pretty bad.
It doesn't
One
help that a
Gina
lot
one
of
doing
them
pretty bad.
are really late too, because like last
Yeah.
few you uploaded like the day the banner ends.
Yeah, I think I'm just too slow on these. I have to like cut down. I have to like stop, being plagued by my own hubris because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so much better than this other YouTuber. I have to like, make sure my video is like a lot better than his, but I don't want to do that anymore. Like it's so tiring. I don't make money anyways. Like why?
Yeah.
So.
It's
You tank less out of FGO tours your uptick for spoken content, I guess, but like I don't there's a lot of growing channels, like new FGO channels they're growing.
yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the like mid-sized, I'd say, mid-sized channels, like some of them are basically not uploading anymore. I'm not gonna cite examples, but
cause like, okay, so for example, I think a lot of people ask like Xnaya. Like Xnaya was a huge one, right? And he basically his content just paused. And somebody asked him like, why aren't you making content? And he said like, which is honestly a very respectable thing to say. He said, I think his exact quote was, I play FGO to entertain myself, and entertaining you guys is secondary. So if FGO fails to entertain me, I don't feel a responsibility to entertain you either. If the devs don't care, I don't care. Which is like, honestly, it's a healthy mindset to not feel burned out. But like for like Rio's doing the similar thing. Like Rio just, there's not a lot of stuff to upload.
Yeah.
It's just the game is just very slow. And especially if you focus on JP. Like, Xnet only plays JP. I, at this point, almost only play JP. I make NA content, not, like, actual... Like, I make, like, servant reviews that correspond with NA's banner timing. That doesn't mean I make NA content, right? Like, for example, if I make a top 5 servant of 2024 video, all of the gameplay clips are going to be in Japanese.
yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, because the servants are not out yet in NA. Yeah, what am I talking about? But like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not really making NA content. I'm making like content for NA viewers, but it's not the NA game. So like, when NA actually has events, I don't necessarily make videos of them. I don't make NA CQ videos anymore. I think the last CQ I did make a video on NA was for Nerofest, where I soloed some stuff with Barguest. But I think that was the last time I did stuff on NA, which is, I apologize, but I can't handle two accounts that are like mains.
Yeah. I feel you. Like I still gotta finish up. I still gotta finish up on Gouda Gouda tonight.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that on
CQ.
stream, but I'm just gonna have to do it off stream because like I can't keep up here.
Yeah. This Gouda Gouda Seiko on NA was easy. Yeah, I soloed it with ungrilled Rider Ushi. Like that was a genuine surprise. It was close. It was not first try, but it was a genuine surprise that I was able to get away with it. If you know how to play, like, cause like every couple of turns you can like force charm Okuni, right? So it's a fun like those like Simon Says type challenge quests, where solos have a huge advantage because they don't have to worry about card RNG. This is like an easier and more well-designed version of like the Shiba exhibition. Like the Shiba exhibition is also like a Simon Says type of challenge quest, but instead, like, if you don't get the right card RNG, she punishes you for it. So solos are like, if you're able to solo it, it's a good quest to solo. I think Ozzy could solo it, so does Kualter.
I don't know, man. As of late, just just found it kind of hard to motivate myself to make content. I think a big part of it is just like I moved recently and was working on getting into a job, and now I'm settling into that job, and
I
uh,
understand.
I got
Like
like less
it's
time to do stuff.
like it's very like for like it's very difficult to motivate yourself to make content, especially if you don't know if it's gonna get views. Like I know
Yeah.
it sounds very shallow, but like if you're working towards something that
It
you
makes
don't
sense.
know
Um,
if it's gonna have any return, it's just why? Like why would you waste time on it? To put it frankly, like
yeah,
unless you want to do it to have fun, why would you waste time on something that maybe you already have a fucking 9 to 5, and then you waste your like precious little downtime every week, and then you like make a video after a week, and then like nobody cares. Like
yeah,
why would you want to do that, right? Like I used to criticize like a lot of like FGO like content like quality, but I kind of understand why people do that, because like you just you don't most people don't have the dedication to do that, especially if you don't see a future in it. And
yeah,
I don't actually see a future, because like not necessarily like I don't see a future, because I don't think FGO is gonna die like next year, right? But like what I mean is there's no career to build this on. Like I don't know if this is I don't want to offend anyone, but like I think okay, I'm just gonna say it. I think like there's no future career for like FGO YouTube. So if
yeah,
you look at all of the people who went full time on FGO content, like on Twitch, they're trying to do other stuff. They're
yeah,
trying to not just do FGO, because like there's no future, there's no longevity for like FGO. Like you can't be an FGO streamer for 10 years, 10 more years. There's just no way, right? It's literally impossible, right? So because I don't think the game will live for another 10 years, right? Like there's no future for this. So like you have to have a backup plan. You have to have a backup plan. Like I
that's why you're
was
doing college right now, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, so like you have to have a backup plan to like what happens after this end. I mean, I'm not making a shit ton of money from FGO either. I can disclose it. I think before I stop monetizing, I'm making quite a bit, I would say, from like the amount of time I put into it. I make like on better months, I make like a bit over 1,000 on YouTube. That is like an intern job salary almost. So
Yeah,
if I add in Twitch, I think that's definitely enough money to like keep afloat at the very least for a little bit. But when you don't see any future or any potential growth, like I plateaued, like my channel performance basically plateaued at Lost Boat 6. Like everything else following it is just trying to keep it afloat instead of growing further. So this is like I think FGO would always forever be just a side thing. Like I don't have enough confidence to put my future into this, because like there's no longevity, there's no long-term future for this.
yeah. That's how it is with a lot of niche content like this. It's just part of being a content creator in general. Either you branch out or
You die.
Yeah.
Well, not literally die, but like
Oh, they'll die eventually. That sounds
well,
so
yeah,
menacing. It's true, but it sounds so menacing.
yeah, like that's why people don't think about it. But yeah, like
like Let's Players, you don't see Let's Players that only play one game all of the time. Like, you might see people who play, like, live service games, who exclusively play that, but they still play other games, and the reason why they do that is because one day that game that they play, and they make money from, it might fall out of favor, or it might just close down, so...
yeah,
have
and
some backup plan.
especially FGO. Like, I bet there are people that are banking on MiHoYo to keep churning out random bullshit, right? Because like they keep making like ZZZ is also a fucking MiHoYo game, right? Like, I mean, pretty accurate, am I right? Like MiHoYo game, it's a Resident Sleeper. Anyway, sorry, but
No, don't
My bad.
apologize to Genshin players.
but like I don't think there's gonna be FGO 2. Like, not necessarily. Like the chance of MiHoYo making another bullshit game next year is infinitely higher than FGO making a sequel, right? Like, in my opinion. Like, I don't know.
Let's play channels. They live and die by the person running them, not the games they play. Because
Yeah,
like,
the game is not the focus. The guy is.
That's why a channel like Super Mega, for example, like they have been doing Let's Plays for like 7 years. They had, well, up until recent allegations fucked it up for them. They have been doing regular episodes of Euro Truck Simulator. Like no one is watching those episodes because they like the game. They like it because it is a very convenient medium for the people that they like watching to talk about things.
I just expect like
it's entertainment these days.
I guess I expected more from a live service game because like there's new stuff. There's always new stuff in live service games. So technically you can rely on the new stuff. You don't have to show your face or be a guy. You don't have to be a guy. How do I put it? You don't have to be a personality to like have new stuff happen. Right?
Oh,
but
you saying girls don't have personality, huh?
They need less personality.
What?
What?
Okay, never
I'm not
mind.
saying they have less personality. I think they need less personality to succeed.
Okay.
I'm gonna get canceled for this.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're trying to say, man. Don't bother explaining though, because
I'm trying to say the female gender is a prettier gender.
I just
than
said
male.
you don't have to explain, sir.
It's an advantage. It's an advantage, dude. I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just
I'm aggravating. I'm aggravating in the flesh. All right,
aggravating.
Yeah, laugh it up. Yeah. I mean,
it's one of those topics that, like, even if there's some level of truth to it, it's very easy to misconstrue it as something else.
as
So it's best not
sexist,
to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. But like the thing is just I don't know. Like FGO, I looked at my recent analytics. It didn't actually tank that much as I thought, but I just feel like videos are not getting the views I expect. Like maybe I expect growth, but it just plateaued, you know? Like it's really sad. Like I really thought like the reason why I kept this channel alive, like obviously because it's a gateway for me to like interact with people, and I get like unless I interact with you guys, I get very lonely. Studying alone abroad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like,
don't worry, we're here for you, man.
Yeah. But like, the second part of this is like, I thought my channel was just taken off. But I didn't realize it was plateauing. It's just like I don't like, even after I start remonetizing, I don't see it getting any significant growth.
Yeah, it's I think you're at a what is it called? Is it a saturation point? It's a saturation something.
Yeah, it's just plateaued, right? It's like the curve is flat. The
Yeah,
curve
at
is
this
flat,
point-
and you just
At this point, most everyone knows of you, and has either made the decision to not watch or to watch.
So like it's just
it's
you're
something,
just trying to not make it a nosedive.
Yeah, it's that's something that a lot of content creators can end up suffering from. Like really large channels, if they don't try to do new things and innovate, they will slowly fall off just because like everyone knows who they are. They know what they do in that medium. So it happens on Twitch a lot because there's a lot of people who just do stuff on Twitch and they don't try to branch out. But if you branch out to like other media, like other like YouTube, or you try doing different things, then that might open up avenues to you, but there's no guarantee about that.
Honestly, I think Twitch is my last like solution. Like, because like everything else has failed. So other than like, maybe it hasn't failed because like FGO Hot Takes was a thing that I started partially out of pettiness because I like complaining about other FGO reviews, but you know, I don't make reviews, so who am I to judge how good they are? So that was my first reason to why I started making the hot take. But a second reason was just, it's not gonna, like, just making Minturns don't work anymore. People don't watch that shit no more. People don't watch solos. People don't watch gameplay. People only watch gameplay when it's the new spoiler chapter. Like, it has nothing to do with the actual run being impressive or not. They just want to see the spoiler. So gameplay content is just dead. Like I've been, you know, talking about like being very upset about this for multiple times, but like I've sort of come to terms with it. It's dead. So like I've tried to. So FGO Hot Take was like my like lifeboat. It's my like my one last thing I can have, which is like spoken content. It's too easy to minturn out. That is not true. There are a lot of quests that are extremely difficult to minturn. For example, the Bradamonte one from Ilia Fest, that minturn is 2. There's only like fucking 3 servants that did it.
It's Britomart.
Right, so... Oh, fuck, it's Britomart. Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but like, yeah, it's Britomart, sorry. But, like, there's only a handful of servants that can do it. And there's a lot of... I'm planning on making a video on minturning. I think minturns have a really bad name by the community. And I generally want to blame one person for it. I'm not gonna say who it is. I want to blame one person. It's literally that one person who's pushing this whole agenda where, like, minturns are supposed to be an exhibition. It's supposed to be a show. It's supposed to be like, oh wow, this is a cool run. It's like a speed run. It's not supposed to be a guide. Okay? So like there's still like pay to win issues in some speedruns where like you have to use a specific model of a machine or whatnot, right? So like
melee players over there, they're not speedrunners, but they
had to get a GameCube.
Well, they had to get these very specific types of controllers that have design flaws that work in the perfectly optimal way.
Oh, and then, I think I've heard.
And then they'll a lot of fighting game players, they'll try to get TV. They'll get TVs from airports because they have a lot lower latency.
Oh my god! Yeah, like exactly.
If you want to be optimal, there's a lot of really weird things that people are willing to invest in.
Yeah. Are you perhaps a fan of creative color? Yeah. One of them is not a very creative color. Anyways. But that's such a... I didn't even notice Dong how big I'm scared is roasting him. But anyways. Like, I don't dislike the guy, of course, but I like this specific thing I do blame on him. I think Minturn is such a bad... Like, Minturn people are a group of people that are just like speedrunners. They're very passionate about the game. They like to do a lot of like over-calculating for like the smallest amount of stuff. There's like a whole hidden group on Atlas Academy, which is a Discord server. Like everybody chill there. There's a specific chat for Minturn people, and like they discuss strategy, and like they spend months on end to do one like successful run, and then they get like 50 views on YouTube like in a year. Right? So like it's definitely not something you want to do if you want clout.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I thought you interned for clout.
I mean, uh, here's the thing, right? The definition of for clout or not is very it's very ambiguous. Like, do people do speedruns for clout? Yeah, they want to get on a leaderboard, right? That's technically doing it for clout, but does that mean they don't like the game? I don't think so. You need some form of motivation to play the game. Otherwise, you just hate it and complain about it every time you play it. Oh wow, yeah, what a surprise. Anyways,
Yeah, like I don't really get
the meter 3 turns pretty easy.
I don't really get the criticism. Like, if you're a content creator, of fucking course you're looking for clout. Now, if you're just trying to get it from cheap drama with someone who has more clout than you, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to do something impressive to garner an audience, why the fuck wouldn't you? Why should you feel bad about that?
Yep. Interns with 120s are extremely boring. I mean, that's fair. Like, I'm not saying you should like it. Like, people think speedruns are boring, right? Like, speedruns, a lot of them are very boring. It's just RNG resets and trying to glitch through a wall, right? Like, a lot of people is like, who the fuck cares, right? But like, I don't think it should be criticized as an activity, right?
It's kind of funny. Like, I don't really watch very many speedruns these days anymore, because like, if you want to watch something you're not familiar with, you have to pay a lot of attention to it, and I like doing other things at the same time.
Yeah.
But one of the only types of speedruns I will actually just sit there and I'll listen to, it's non-commentated Metroid Prime speedruns. I don't know, I guess it's because I grew up with the game. It's just like, I can sit there and listen to that for like hours and I'm fine with it. I guess
that's very
therapeutic.
Because I kind of think the opposite. Like, whenever I think about speedrun content that I'm actually able to consume, because I barely play any of these games. So I guess like that's the difference. Because like I'm not familiar with a lot of these games. So like, people like Summoning Salt, like channels like Summoning Salt, right? Like they like compile the speedrun history of a game and then sort of teach people what it is and allow people to at least understand what it is.
They
like, giving them a chance.
chew the medium for people.
Yeah.
They interpret something that's more complex. It's a really interesting thing, and it makes a lot of sense why it took off. It's because this is that is a genre of content creation that takes things that other people care a lot about, that is very niche, and puts it in a form where people who don't understand that niche can still see it and appreciate it. Because like, people are going to be cheering on the guy that spent hundreds of hours trying to beat that Mario Kart world record, because like they understand what he is doing. Like, if they went to his stream, they wouldn't give a shit. But like, yeah,
exactly.
It's really interesting.
So that's what I want to be. I want to be the Summoning Salt of Minturns. I'm not joking. I've been talking about this with the Atlas group, because I have a platform and I want to interview them to see how they did the run, how they did the calculation, how they did the adjustments. Like, there is skill to this. The only reason a lot of people think this is skillless and easy is because of the not creative color. Right? That's why I blame him.
It's
like,
a really
there's a lot.
There's a bit of oversaturation too with it, because like, people do get swamped with a lot of easier Minturn videos, and it may be a little harder to find.
But that's the easier ones. Yeah. I think, like, for example, one of the hallmarks of Minturns is 4-turn full gauge comma. Like, even to this day, that is a Minturn that has never fallen off in terms of its difficulty, in my opinion. And people who try to do those runs, like, micro adjust their teams very often, and then they finally find like the team that has the best RNG and then they go with it, and then they eventually get it. And every time someone did it with their favorites, it's it's a huge breakthrough, right? Like so now it's on the leaderboards. Like for example, like FGO Minturn leaderboards are a bit different from like speedruns, because like there's like every servant. So like you always want to be the first guy who did it with your favorite servant, right? So like I don't know.
Yeah, and that's yeah. Actually, I guess that does feed into that what I was talking about with summoning salt. Uh, when all people see is the final product, then it's not really that interesting because as Faust said, it looks like a farming stage. Because it doesn't look like it was that difficult, but a lot of people don't realize that things like Minturns, they take crazy amounts of time because like some of the harder ones, you'll have to sit there and map it out for hours, and then you have to
Yeah,
do hours and hours of RNG resets.
yeah. There's like cool stuff that occasionally bleed through and get the community excited. Like I would say something like, for example, it's similar. It's not necessarily a min term. It's very similar to that. Like, for example, like you killing the Wodime with like Maeve, right? Like we talked about it last time. Um,
Yeah.
those are also like runs that are full of RNG resets, full of calculations, full of story, but like the end result is like a 5-minute video, right? But like I
Right.
really think people should, yeah, like maybe I should, like it takes a lot of time, so I'm very hesitant on starting to do it, but I've definitely been planning to do something similar to this because I think the stories behind Minturns are just it's a lot more than people see, as you see
Yeah.
as you've said. Like I retweeted, like recently I retweeted one of my good friends on one of his runs on Twitter. He spent 4 months trying to Minturn the full gauge comma with Hokusai, and then he
Yeah, I
finally
saw that.
found the optimal comp, right? So like I think at least I should make like 1 to 2 videos like briefing on how these things usually
Dude,
go.
it didn't even use Castoria, did it? It was like double Vitch and then
Yeah, it's all
go.
hard
Yeah,
because
it's
she
just
does
go.
full drain. The hard part about commas, she full drains every turn, so you can't like
Yeah.
rely on MP. Like Galatea did it with a full Buster comp as well, I think, because she has 3 Buster cards. Um, Draco, anyone with 3 Buster kind of can do it. Well, not necessarily. You have to have like good traits and stuff. Like foreigners with 2 Buster cards have Van Gogh, so they can also do it.
Yeah.
I've been trying the Koyan Dark one. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten to the 3rd bar, and then like after so long, and then I just didn't get the hand on the last turn, and just it was all for nothing. It was such a grueling experience, and like yeah, it's just RNG reset. It's kind of boring, but like it's the same with speedruns, right? It's just a form of speedrun that maybe has higher like entry money requirement. That like that's probably the part that sucks, right? But like I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, you're talking about like trying to branch over into more long form content. And I'm sitting here working on a massive fucking video essay for a completely irrelevant game.
Oh, I will play it. I promise you.
Yeah,
I will play it.
yeah, dude.
Some
Like,
like
I worked on it a good bit yesterday because I had to ride with my dad to pick up a freezer with them, and I'm at like I think 7,200 words on it now. That shit is over triple my longest academic essay.
I mean, the good thing about YouTube is sometimes these things just blow up randomly, right?
Yeah,
like
dude.
like people, I've seen channels that have like that get like 1K views, or like less than 1K views on average, and then like suddenly one day they make a video essay on like a relevant topic, and it just blows up their entire channel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
just
I
like
mean,
the one problem with that though is like what do I like okay, if I do have like 100,000 views on it and I get like 10,000 subscribers from it. Like, what do I do from there? I have to have some sort of plan to work off of that because I have a feeling that these people don't want to sit here and watch me
FGO.
play
Yeah.
FGO. So like
Yeah,
I've been sitting there like
that is the
thinking
thing
of
with niche content. Like if your content is just I make video essays, then there's probably a better chance to
yeah,
like pivot off of it. But yeah,
yeah, that's why I've been like trying to think through like other games that I've taken a huge liking to, and I think I could talk an hour about, and I've thrown around some ideas in my brain, but I gotta finish one thing before I start another, basically.
yeah.
God, dude, this like the speaking time for this video is already at like over 40 minutes.
I usually give up. Like that's why I can never do this kind of stuff. Like halfway I either like release the thing prematurely or I just
Dude, I am going to push until my sunk cost tells me that I cannot afford to not do it. Is that
well,
okay?
I hope it works out, honestly. Like
Same.
YouTube needs to be a platform that has better like effort to reward ratio, in my opinion. This platform just I guess that's most entertainment platforms. Like if you look at SS Sniper Wolf, right? Like come on.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
it's just,
So
yeah,
the thing about that ID, not the cross streaming smobcast thing, I don't think that even if they did enjoy that video, I don't think they're going to be interested in this podcast anyways, because like this podcast is about very niche. It's about FGO. Like we don't branch off to more general things when we talk here usually, or at least we don't advertise it when we do. It's
maybe we could. I mean,
yeah, I do.
no,
I like
no.
the
I mean,
idea. It's just like some.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
we're big enough, right? Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? Like, I think if Smobcast someday blows up in the FGO, like, I think it's doing pretty well. But like,
Yeah.
if it's sometimes suddenly it blows up within the FGO community, and then we make a name for ourselves, then maybe we can start doing like other topics.
Yeah.
I think maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
because like
It's
my
the
personal
first part
goal,
of it. Yeah.
right? I mean, it's your podcast, but like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to intrude too much on it,
That's fine.
but like, my personal goal is, I really hope like someday, you know, like usually when people when we do Smobcast and then other people come in stream FGO, they just sort of take the viewers away. Our views need to be, our concurrent views need to be like constantly at above 300. And then we have to be the ones sucking views away from other channels.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to do that though, if because people like Fino are so huge that like people would probably rather go there still. Yeah, it's just
I need to advertise the podcast more, maybe, or I don't know.
I personally, I think that the best way to reach more would be something like YouTube Shorts. But like that depends on like these clippable moments we might have every now and then. And usually, if those happen, it's because we're getting an own on Rio. So
yeah, we should get him on more.
Yeah,
we should
catch him on charges more often.
Yeah, we should be the trio. Like, and all of our channels can benefit, and then also we can have more, like we need a better clip channel. Like how about you shoot me the VODs and I'll see what I can do. But I'll upload it on my channel, and you can also upload some on your channel. And then
yeah, that's yeah, I'm just thinking of how I'd accomplish that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too
I
long.
kind of,
It's like
I kind of,
3 hours.
I kind of feel sorry for Rio though, because like, man's gonna get flanderized for our success.
Yeah, the haha lolicon. It's fine. I mean,
I mean,
I'll make
I
sure
mean,
to
he's
clip
used
all
to
the
it by now.
times when I say the furry stuff.
Yeah.
That's to be fair. But like after creator interview show. Yeah, that's our goal,
Yeah, that. Yeah, we just
but we
need
like to
to.
shit on other people on the podcast. That's the problem. Like for
Which
example, one of the very exciting guys to interview would be the not creative color. But I don't.
No, no. Like I'm pretty open to a lot of people to interview. I feel like he would not. I don't think he'd get along with us based
Yeah,
on what we talk about.
he would not. He'd be pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to start doing clips, because one, I can fill in my daily itch of upload quota, and also I think it could potentially advertise, because like every other channel's doing it. They're clipping their own streams,
You know,
and this is a gold mine.
all we have to do is just have people clip the funny things in the streams more often, but people don't clip
Yes,
on the stream.
I'll clip it. I'll
Yeah.
clip it.
Yeah.
I'll clip it. How do I clip it?
You viewers, clip it when
I'll clip it.
when we say the funny.
Okay,
And
he
then-
talked about Arknights. He doesn't like Arknights either. That's the funny thing. He doesn't even like Arknights. He doesn't like Arknights because the low star people. There's too many lollies in the low star category.
You don't know how to clip? Well, then learn. If you're on mobile, it's
Alright.
actually a real pain in the ass to clip. So
I mean, I'll try to.
the thing
Wait.
is, like, it's easier for clipping to happen as they go
As it's
through.
being
Because like, if you're
No, but
If
we can do
you're-
like stream highlights.
yeah, it's just like kind of like that's a lot of effort. Like having to go through all of that and then figuring out.
I mean, I
where-
remember what I said. For example, the Halloween episode. I know when I said what. I
Yeah,
know
but-
exactly what I said.
Yeah, but like if we're in a situation like if we're on the screen we're on right now, for example, like you'd have to scrub through like 30 or 45 minutes of the same
Yeah.
same image.
I mean, can you?
I have to
Uh,
I have to edit
how
these
difficult
sometimes,
is
so
this to send the whole like stream VOD?
we'll
Like you
stream-
said, it's
well
like
the-
drop it on the cloud.
So, let me look at how big one of these episodes are, because the streams are pretty damn long. Like,
Big.
if they're really long, they do take a long time. Let's see.
Monster Girl tier list is pretty funny. Yeah, that was what I was going for. I was trying to be cringe funny, like as much as possible during that episode. So like they create more clippable moments. But did it work? I think it worked. Like somebody clipped it on Twitter. I think like one guy clipped it on Twitter. So like yeah, it works. Yeah. So like yeah, I think that this is a gold mine we're not taking enough advantage of. I'll try to do some of it.
Okay.
But once again, I will post it on my own channel, so I apologize. I mean, I'm not doing it for free, so this is me
Okay.
technically stealing the VOD, Lamau. But yeah.
Good. It looks like it's, I think, every 2 hours is... Okay, wait. I fucked up my math. I have an 8-hour VOD that is 20 gigabytes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, it's 60 frames, 1920, 1080.
you
yeah,
mail
so-
it to me?
Yeah, just put it on a USB stick and just mail it to you. A few weeks.
God.
Yeah, this is a
20
perfect time to do it
gigs.
too,
Oh,
because
what
people are
the
mailing
fuck?
gifts and shit.
I guess I can screen record the Twitch clip.
Yeah, that's honestly probably a better way to do it.
Yeah,
That way I
yeah.
can that way I can just like link you to unlisted videos.
Yeah.
Because like I do have a lot of these backed up. I just haven't.
Oh, true. No, you upload it. I could just use a YouTube downloader.
Yeah, yeah. I just have
I
to
mean,
like. I have to
most of
make them
them don't
visible.
allow you though. Most of them don't allow it to be that big. I think it,
Yeah.
it starts crashing at like fucking 5 gigs or something.
Yeah. It might be better to just go like OBS. Just like record it through the player, because
Yeah,
then
probably.
you can just find whatever little bit it is
And only record that bit. Yeah. It amazes
Deep
me that
thoughts
you haven't
with
made deep
plushie.
thoughts. That's a Pran thing. He wrote. Well, he didn't write the script for me. I wrote my own script, but like that's his thing. I don't want to take it. For the like he has it uploaded anyways. Like that's his. Pran is also a channel that I feel like is really like the amount of work he puts into stuff versus the amount of results he gets is just not just doesn't, it makes it not worth it, so he just stopped. Like he was trying to get all the FGO tubers together to have like a carnival phantasm, you know, like whole get together.
I actually messaged him about that recently. I forgot what but the reason why is because he had someone do like those little art shots, like the blurry shots of people.
Yeah.
And I was able to determine which one was mine, and I kind of love it because you can just barely tell what it is. I'm gonna put it on. Actually, now that I think of it, I could just pull it on the
It's
Photoshop.
drawn by, I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's like Rome Fuya. I don't remember.
Yeah, the Woo person.
Yeah, the Woo person. I have them on my friends list. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like FGO friends is with the. Yeah, like he also tried to. I think it's the problem is just
Like, look, you can barely tell what this is. I gotta say this is great because that means that they actually did some good footwork, like figuring out shit about me, because like you can like kind of see me right there. You can tell the rest is Shiba. Like
yeah. Honestly, this is one of the most ambitious projects, and I feel bad for not being more involved, because I think like it needs as much exposure as possible, and like most of the bigger channels that took part in it was not as close to Pran as I was. Because he was a very prominent member on my server, and then I just didn't help him out enough. Like honestly, that's like one of my biggest regrets. I didn't.
I wouldn't blame you for it. It's just I'm not sure how you would exactly help with it, because like the thing that
promo more. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can only promo it so much. Like if he's overloaded with work, then like and putting more pressure to finish isn't really. It's not gonna be doing him much favors, I guess.
Yeah, just
I
have
don't
one.
know.
Yeah, I also didn't have that much freedom back in the day. Like, I was still living with my parents at that time, and I couldn't be too loud. Like all of the game shows had to be fucking 4 a.m. or something. Like I remember doing the Servant Silhouette game show with like Mist and Rio and some other people. I don't remember who else.
Bro, I could qualify to be on one of those now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should.
I can leverage my my business partnership with Plushie as a reason for me to be an FGO guy.
Yeah, like yeah, I didn't have that much freedom to help. Like right now, I can wake up whenever. Like honestly, like yeah, I have work at day, but like during my off time, I can wake up like I can do whenever, because like I wake up at 4 in the morning for FGO every day for the time, the day change, because like you never know what's gonna happen for content. So like I didn't have this kind of freedom when I was back in Taiwan. So I think if they did it like later, like maybe now, it definitely would have made a bigger impact.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, it's just me. It's not like it's just me. There's a lot of people. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like I'm glad Smobcast is going somewhere. Like I definitely feel like this is going somewhere. I that's why I want to like bolster this as much as possible, because like this is like the one other time that something different happened for FGO, and like I don't see any other people doing it. And then
there's apparently like one other person who's running an FGO podcast, but it's a smaller channel. They don't have a 70k Andy, so that doesn't help the.
I'm glad I get to be the 70k Andy. But
one of these days I'll be the 70k Andy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If Smobcast blows up, right? Like I think this is a great opportunity. Like if this truly works out and this becomes like a unique branch of content, I think it would be great, because like there is so little distinction between FGO content these days, between like different content creators. Like server reviews, everybody's doing it. Buff breakdowns, everybody's doing it. Like I see Fino trying some new stuff. Fino's like mixing in some of the Klidge sort of factor. He's like doing some history lessons in the servant reviews. It's interesting.
Yeah, I was about to say, shout out to Klidge for actually pioneering in an interesting FGO field. It's a shame.
Yeah, lore.
Shame he doesn't upload that much, but that's the nature of that kind of topic, I guess.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like I definitely think there are like. I know I was very pessimistic about like FGO content creation, but there's still a lot of fields that are not explored yet in FGO content creation. Yeah. So this could be the first of many things. So yeah, I hope this works out.
Yeah.
How their gurus appear in the quiz? Is that FGO quiz? On Klidge's quiz? I remember Klidge made most of the quizzes for the Pran.
Didn't their channel die? Caldea
Gurus? No, not really.
I don't think they've uploaded in a long time. I know they're still streaming, but
no, it's
I don't know. Last I checked, it had been a while.
I mean, man's got a family, I guess. Yeah. So he's
a good reason to be busy, doing elsewhere. Elsewhere.
Yeah, Klidge.
People. Yeah, that was like his breakthrough video. It's a funny idea. It's a shame that it's basically just one idea, and it's not something you can build a lot of things off of.
Yeah,
it's not like a genre. It's just
I just think FGO, like a lot of FGO's people, like give up because they're just not seeing. They're not seeing the potential.
Sure.
Unfortunately, it's just like people jumping ship to Genshin and stuff to like make content off of, right? Or like Star Rail, because their games are looking newer, shinier. And their marketing team is smarter,
and the audience is larger. Yeah, that's that branching out thing I was talking about earlier. Yeah, the if anything is a good example of that being the right way to go. Like, I mean, Toho is he said that he really wanted to try and branch out. I know it's not working out as well as he would like, but he has been like doing like all sorts of different gotchas. Holy shit, dude! Like, I've gone over there and like I've seen him just
He has like
streaming with
3
like
games on screen at once, right?
no, it's not 3, it's like 8.
Oh my god, what the fuck
Like
happened? I
like
know he
I
does
sit
like
there and
Arc
I'm like,
Knights and Genshin and then FGO.
I think yeah, I don't know what all he does. I just know he does a lot of the popular ones and
Oh my god.
yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, that's a lot to
he's
juggle.
like that man is able to keep over 100 people there during an FP rolling stream. That and he's done a good job.
Yep. I just think like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, branching out isn't easy though for YouTube.
Yeah.
They actively punish you for uploading stuff that less people watch. Like, I've tried to I've wanted to start making Arc Knights so much, cause I actually like.
Yeah,
I actually
unfortunately,
like.
you gotta jump on the boat when it's coming by. It's hard to catch up.
I actually like play Arc Knights very relatively religiously. I'd have to say. But like, you know, once again, gameplay clears is just not gonna do anything, and I don't think I have enough understanding for the game to get interesting stuff with it, because Arc Knights is like, their community has a very hardcore gameplay audience, so I can't even like go in there and try to dabble in it and talk bullshit, right? And then like I definitely missed my opportunity to make things like what Mist did recently. Like Mist recently made like 2 videos where it's like FGO player tries Arc Knights. I should have done that, because like when I first started to play Arc Knights, where I have this narrative of like a noob trying out a new game, as right, like, but I didn't take advantage of it, so too late. I mean, also he's a bigger channel, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've tried a lot of gacha games. I've tried like fucking, what is it called? I don't even remember what it's called.
Nikkei? Okay, Star Rail?
No, this is a smaller one. It's like a Alchemy Stars. Somebody told me to try that. Somebody told me to try Neuro Cloud. That was like I think it was a Girls Frontline spinoff. The only reason I played it because there was a pink fox. There's a pink fox office lady in the game.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
played it.
heard anyone say anything about Girls Frontline in a long time. Are they actually still running?
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
I don't know anyone that plays it. At least I don't know anyone that's willing to say that they play it.
Bro.
I guess that's sort of an Azure Lane thing though, because like my brother's the only person I know that plays it, because a lot of people don't want to like say that they do.
I also want to start playing one thing, but I don't think people care that much because of how many other content creators already exist. I want to get into Pokemon VGC.
That's interesting.
I've been playing that pretty hard on online, like ladder. I've been trying to get to Master Ball rank. But I'm not running meta. I kind of run. I'm not running the most meta stuff, so I struggle. I'm like hard stuck at Ultra Ball. I think I'm running. I'm running Snow Team with Alola Ninetales, and it hasn't. It kind of just hit a rock at a certain rank. It's used. Like, I know, but like the game is also very hard. It's annoying to farm for like vitamins to get their IVs up and shit. So I don't like it. It's too. It's dude. It's like FGO leveling up a servant is so easy. Like, it's God for Pokemon. Anyways.
I've, um, I've played an unhealthy amount of Clash Royale as of late. It's,
Yeah, you can upload. Yeah, no, you can't upload that because if you upload that, YouTube punishes you. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure if I actually want to like get into that content sphere though, because like it, that is a game that punishes you really fucking hard if you don't max your shit.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like it's actually just kind of nuts how hard you get penalized just for like one spell being one level lower. Because like you can have like you can lose an entire game just because your zap isn't the same level as like their spell that shoots goblins at your tower.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I remember a clip you uploaded on Twitter. Do you mean the furry team? Yeah, it's pretty funny because I started to run like weird teams because like I just like home cooked it. It's like a team with like all the foxes. It's like a sun team with Delphox and Braixen, and the Braixen is just
Yes, the
like
furry team.
yeah, the Braixen is just like a disruption Pokemon. I just use because like everybody's using Tornadus, and I just steal their Prankster, and with Eviolite I can usually tank a turn. So it's pretty funny, but like it stopped working at Ultra Ball rank. It's the same shit. Like I just like the meme does work until like a certain rank, and it just doesn't work anymore because like everybody's running fucking Ogerpon, Wellspring Ogerpon, just like they crit me to death with the IV card. Yeah. I do have the DLC, so I do have that Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I can try Pokemon again because like Pokemon, I feel like has more chance than Arknights. It's kind of sad to say it.
I mean, Pokemon
like
has a larger fan base, so
yeah. Even for also the thing with Arknights is like I run a theme team. Basically, I run a team where it's like all ocean people. It's like all like fish people because like I like Lovecraftian stuff, but like that's a very common theme team. Like everybody's doing that shit already. So I don't know. I feel like there's more potential for me to make like a meme stuff in Pokemon. But I don't know. I should record my live commentary on Pokemon, but I swear so much.
yeah, just like clip out like part of the swear word.
I literally
So
can't.
you sound like
the
you're saying
entire sentence
ing
is just swear.
Instead of mean words or
The entire sentence is just swear words because I was so mad because like that game is oh god, that game is just...
keep the sewers in.
When the legendaries are added, I'm out. What do you mean? The worst one's already in. Like all the genies with the fucking pranksters and the Ogerpon, like all the broken ones already in. Like what worse can like Lando T's already in? Like what's worse that could happen? That's literally like everything. And like this gen also has like this Flutter main. Like bro, why? What is that thing? I don't think FGO has power creep, dude. I think Pokemon has more power creep than FGO. Also, FGO is not PvP. They're not gonna make them legal. There's no way they make Koraida and Miraidon legal. There's no way. No, there's no way they're making them legal.
Ain't no way.
On ladder? They're not gonna make them legal on ladder, bro. There's no way. Bro, I'm out. Alright, I quit. Anyway, sorry for the side. I think we should maybe wrap it up if you're too late.
Yeah.
If you're too tired.
I mean, I woke up a bit after that. However, I am running out of time to finish this event because I still got a couple things I gotta do. yeah, yeah, I guess that's just gonna be it for today's episode, guys. So Plushie, one question before we're done here. When are you gonna take off the clown outfit?
How do I take it off? I don't know how to take it off.
Bro, like the instructions, like you take it off, how you put it on.
I can't. I literally like replace my person with a clown person. It's
Yeah.
like fused to my skull.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to keep showing up as a clown, that's your choice.
No, I mean no. Just take it off.
There's no
next time,
zipper.
maybe.
Of course, there's no zipper. It's a wig and a nose.
Spray on shoes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess you could you could take a razor to it, I guess, but you might get the rest of your hair in it. Dude, I should have put clown shoes on your Sprite. That would have been great.
Yeah, because I don't have like feet on this Sprite.
Yeah, you got little pointy nubs. Yeah. Well, anyways, good night.